We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's a pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and facial rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, that can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me change my audio. All right. There you go. What's going on, man?
Oh, my bad. I don't think y'all can even hear nothing I was just saying. My bad.
I'm on my phone right now. Have a technical.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, salute to my brother Marky Dan, my brother Josh Sanders. Like I said, it's your boy BBO, man. All I'm saying, hold on 1 second. I was saying, I'm excited about these big fights, man, because we don't get them a lot. And when you're talking about boxing, when you hear that somebody like Sugar Shakur actually grew a pair of nuts that's gonna fight somebody like Frank Martin, it's like, wow, I almost can't believe it, man. What you think about that fight, Free? I think Free's still
Yeah.
getting together. What you say?
Come on, my audio. This shit is blowing me.
He said we got a good fight, fellas. Shakur versus Frank.
Yeah,
Hey, you know the
hold
funny
on
thing
one
about
second.
that fight? I think people don't realize that Shakur might get stopped, man. He might definitely get stopped in this fight because he hasn't fought anybody with this kind of pressure, and we know God knows he don't fight nobody under 30 years old like he's doing now. So I mean, for the first time, man, the Puerto Rican sensation is actually growing a pair of nuts and fighting one of the best fighters in his division. So I applaud that. I mean, this not a old Jamel Herring he's fighting. This ain't an old salute to my brother Marky Dan saying I'm good now. This ain't an
Okay.
old Oscar Valdez who we seen just get beat to death by Navarrete. So at the end of the day, man, I'm telling you, Sugar Shakur's resume is not aging very well, man, because the kid has not really fought any dangerous fighters, man. This would be really his first dangerous fight. I mean, I give him credit for stealing the belt, from the old man Jamel Herring, But hey, at the end of the day, he finally grew a pair of nuts and said, "Hey, I want to fight one of the best." Because as you all know, he didn't fight Loma, he didn't fight Devin. So I mean, it's a typical thing where these guys like to duck, and the new way to duck now is to say, "Oh, he didn't offer me enough money," and I'm gonna tell you this. Your boy Sugar Shakur, whether you like it or not, the brother ducked Devin Haney, man. And you know what? It's that type of cowardice that's destroying boxing. You got a guy right now in Chance Crawford who's like 3 weight divisions away from Charlo and Canelo, and he calling them guys out like he want to fight them tomorrow. So it's like at the end of the day, man, I gotta give Frank Martin all the credit in the world for making this fight, not being scared to take this fight. And think, Frank Martin, the same cat that won and fought Michelle Rivera when he was knocking everybody out. So I'm just giving this brother a lot of credit, man. I just can't say enough about Frank Martin. Don't get me wrong, Sugar Shakur, he's a nice fighter, man, but he ain't done nothing, and he hasn't done anything. He's with probably one of the slimiest guys in boxing, Jay Prince, as we all know. But we'll see what happens, man. What my brother try to say. Uh, we only we only seen Shakur get touched by Valdez. Other than that, we haven't seen him really get touched. That's a fact. He's hard to hit. Pause. He said, "I want to see if he can take Frank's power." And Frank has excellent counterpunching abilities. That's a great point. That's why, in my opinion, I'm looking at if you don't stop him, I'm looking for Frank Martin to end the fight around it. If he can't stop him, I'm looking for Frank Martin to win by unanimous decision because I'm telling you guys, man, you guys don't believe me. Y'all gonna say BBO was right about this, but Sugar Shakur, man, is a lot of hype, man. The kid ain't fought nobody, man, and the kid's a coward. He didn't want to fight Devin Haney. I mean, it's just that simple. He didn't want to fight Devin Haney. He calls Tank's name out because he want to payday. He don't want to be the best. He just want to payday. He said, shout out to his promoter. Errol was running up all these bags. Hey, tell you what, Errol Spence doing the right thing, man, because guess what? Errol Spence got to buy a lot of ice. And Ben Gay, after seeing the way he got beat to death, so he got to keep making that money. Go ahead.
Errol Spence, he all held up. Errol Spence ain't worried about no daggone ice. That man said, I'm laughing at y'all all the way to the bank. Y'all sitting here talking shit about how I got beat up. That man laughed all the way to the bank. But I'm not gonna say Shakur hasn't done anything. I'm not gonna do that because Shakur, he is a 2-division champion. Whether he fought the guys y'all wanted to see him fight or whatever, he fought Jamel Herring when he had a belt. He fought Oscar Valdez when he had a belt. So and he beat the other guy at 126 for his belt. So I'm not gonna say he hasn't done anything. I mean, at the lower weight classes, there wasn't really nobody out there at 130. It wasn't really nobody at 130. Now 126, that's a different story because Gary Russell said he'll fight him. They wasn't trying to make that fight. Shakur didn't acknowledge that opportunity to fight Gary Russell. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, this is a step up fight. In my opinion, it's a step up fight for both of them. I don't see it just for Frank Martin, but I see it as a step up fight for Shakur Stevenson as well because he hasn't fought as they like to say the slick style fighter. He hasn't fought that type of fighter because Jamel Herring, he was past his prime.
He was a shell of himself. He was a shell of himself, bro. He was done.
He was past his prime. So he hasn't fought a slick style fighter. So this is a step up fight for both of those guys. And I look at it as a 50-50 fight. Now we know that Frank Martin has some of the best foot movement in the game at 135. He has great counter punching. He has great inside work. But we also know that Shakur Stevenson is one of the best defensive fighters in the game. Shakur Stevenson know how to judge distance, and he know how to fight as well in the phone booth and not get hit in the phone booth. So we're gonna see who rise to the occasion. Now, what I will say is Shakur Stevenson has been on this stage, and Frank Martin hasn't been on this stage.
Oh, so, what stage has he been on, man? That's what I'm talking about. What stage, big stage has he been on?
He's been the main event in multiple fights. Frank Martin only been a main event against was he in the main event? I don't even know if he was the main event against Michelle Rivera. He might have been the main event. That was co-main. Yeah, so he hasn't been on the big stage. Shakur Stevenson has. So it's a difference when all eyes are on you. Everybody's coming to watch that fight. Now, when you fighting as a co-main or you fight on the undercard, you have a couple of people in the crowd that's coming to see you. But when you're the main event, that's what everybody's coming to see, the main event. And Frank Martin hasn't been on that stage before. So We're going to see if the big lights is going to play a part in this fight.
Hey, you know what's so funny, man? Salute to my brother D Free. I love this brother, man. He's my older brother, man. But hey, this is the stuff I be talking about.
Give me my fucking chain!
Give me my fucking chain.
Gotta take your chain for that, bro, because that was a horrible take, bro. That was a horrible take. And I'm gonna tell you why that's a horrible take. Because at the end of the day, man, Sugar Shakur, at the end of the day, runs his mouth like he's Floyd Mayweather. He talks like he's Floyd Mayweather. At the end of the day, he's
actually
not.
He don't.
He talks like he's Floyd Mayweather.
He talk like he Bud Crawford. He don't talk like Floyd. He talk like he Bud Crawford.
Salute to my brother Josh Gibson, or in the build, Jay Gibson in the building. He says salute. BVO and D Free, what's going on? He said, this is what we wanted. Shakur fighting someone worthy enough to be in the ring with. At the end of the day, man, who told you that Sugar Shakur is anything? He lost in the Olympics. I mean, y'all act like he's a gold medalist. I mean, y'all treating this kid like he's like Oscar De La Hoya or Floyd Mayweather. I don't get where all the fan praise comes from.
Last time I checked, Floyd lost in the Olympics as well.
He was robbed. Floyd was robbed.
Whether you say he was robbed or he wasn't,
Floyd was robbed. Floyd was robbed. What are you talking?
What does the record book say? The record book say, and we all know that Clarissa Shields was robbed as well, but she lost. She lost.
Clarissa Shields was robbed.
She was, but she lost.
She lost. She wasn't robbed. What are you talking about? She lost.
The same
she wasn't robbed.
The same. Who? Clarissa Shields?
Yes, she lost.
She was robbed. Go back and watch the fight. I watched the fight. She was robbed.
I watched the fight too, Free. I don't know what fight you was watching, bro. She lost, man. But
no, you obviously you didn't watch the fight. Obviously you didn't.
He said, shoot to my brother Big Tex. What he say? Shakur and Keyshawn mimic Bud. They really do. I honestly tell you, the real guy to watch in that camp is Keyshawn Davis, not Sugar Shakur.
No,
you heard me say it first. The real guy to watch in that camp is Keyshawn Davis, not Sugar Shakur.
Hell no.
I mean, at the end of the day, I put like this. Y'all talk about
his actions.
Y'all talk about Sugar Shakur like he Abdullah Mason or something, like he's going to be the guy one day. He's never going to be the guy because he's never going to beat Devin Haney. He's never going to be better than Tank. At the end of the day, man, he's a hype job. Until he beats somebody great, he's a hype job. At the end of the day, y'all putting him up here on these pedestals. He don't deserve. He hasn't done nothing, man. He hasn't fought nobody. He beat Oscar Valdez, who arguably lost his fight. The fight before, and he was on drugs.
Let me get this clear. You said Keyshawn is the guy to watch.
Yes.
But what has Keyshawn done?
He's a prospect. He's a prospect.
A prospect in who eyes?
And everybody. Who is he really? He hasn't really had that big fight yet. Everybody he's fighting is pretty much journeyman.
He ain't shit. Keyshawn ain't shit. You talking about Shakur? Shakur didn't win a gold medal. He got beat in the Olympics.
He did.
Keyshawn lost to the same guy 4 times. That man Andy Cruz beat that man like he stole something 4 times. Come on, man. You tripping.
I love how you put 100 on 10 like that, my brother. I love how you put 100 on 10 like that. But I'll just say this.
That man is the one that was scared of Frank Martin. He talked all this shit about Frank Martin, and then he's like, "Well, I only got 8 fights." Why are you talking shit then? If you gonna bring up you only got 8 fights, why are you talking shit? Sit your ass down at the little kids table and keep your mouth shut.
See, that brother Freeze disrespectful, man. That brother said sit at the kids table and shut up. He said, BBO, Shakur is highly skilled. We don't take that from him, BBO, but I get everything you're saying. This is what I'm saying, Josh. You my older brother, man. I love you. But don't take sides against the family, bro, because at the end of the day, Sugar Shakur hasn't fought and beat nobody. He beat an old Jamel Herring, who beat a guy who kind of was overrated. I can't remember the guy's name. Was it Warrington that he beat? I mean,
Carl Frampton.
Who the heck is Carl Frampton? That dude's a bum. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, that's what we do in boxing, man. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. We all heard it. At the end of the day, man, I'll put it like this. Y'all talk about Sugar Shakur as if he's the same kind of fighter like a Teofimo Lopez or Oscar De La Hoya, guys who fight everybody. The dude ain't fought nobody. The dude ducked Devin Haney, and we all know Devin Haney is scared to death
No,
of Tio.
I know
So
damn
how-
well you ain't just say he ain't the same as a Tio. We know he ain't the same as a Tio
Mhm.
because Tio ducked Devin Haney.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go with the bad faith acting, man. Here we go again with the bad faith acting, man. That's what he's doing
stop.
now.
Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up. Huh?
Teofimo Lopez is a two-time lineal champion, former undisputed champion, and we talking about a guy like Sugar Shakur who lost in the Olympics. He didn't win. He lost in the Olympics. I've never seen. I've never seen.
Cheerleader.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You always find a way to bring Tio in the conversation.
No, I
This
don't.
live has
No,
nothing
I
to do with
don't.
Tio.
No,
It has nothing to do with Tio. You find a way to bring Tio in this conversation every time.
Hey, that's not true. That's not true. This brother's crazy, man. He said, salute, man. Salute to my brother Jay Gibson, man. Got that picture of my boy Riddick both on a belt in the trash. Reminds me of Devin Haney. He said, he said, free, you're not gonna get through to BVO. That one of the things Oscar beat Purnell, shaking my head. Oscar did beat Purnell. And you know what's so funny? That's the problem with boxing. Everybody want to see these slick fighters who don't fight, who don't want to do nothing. But it seemed like the come forward pressure fighters, your Marvin Haglers, your Errol Spence Jr.'s, your Teofimo Lopez, your Oscar De La Hoyas, these guys fight everybody. It doesn't matter who. Adrian Bronner, they fight everybody. You want to talk about the kids that don't fight nobody. So, I mean.
Hold on.
What?
Tio ain't fight everybody. What the fuck is you talking about?
What is you talking about? He did fight everybody. He fought the best man in each division he's been in. He's been in 2 divisions and fought the best fighter at each division. He beat Lomachenko decisively. Then he went up and destroyed Josh Taylor. Again, destroyed Josh Taylor. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're watching.
If he's the best, if he beats the best guy, who's ranked #1 at 140?
Tio.
No, he's not. Go check your facts.
He had an issue. Listen, he had an issue with his. He got a domestic issue. He's getting divorced, so he unfortunately had to leave a little bit. Had to leave the game a little bit. Now he's about to get his title back. Lineal champion.
That had shit to do with him being ranked. That had nothing to do with him being ranked because he had a divorce. That ain't got shit to do with being ranked.
He dropped out of the rankings.
He did not. No, he did not.
He did. He put the belt up. He put the belt up, bro. What are you talking about? He put the belt up.
Like I said, go check your facts straight, because he's not out of the ranking. He's just not #1. He's not out of the ranking. He's just not #1.
So who's better than Teofimo Lopez at 140 outweight? Are you talking about Regis Prograde?
Regis Prograde is ranked #1.
Regis Prograde is an absolute joke. He almost lost to Zorrillo. Zorrillo dropped him the first round. What are you talking about? He dropped him the first round. Salute to my brother Knockout.
Tio got dropped by Cambosa.
It happens, man. He was sick. He couldn't make 135. What are we talking about now?
Okay, it happens. So why it happens when it's with Tio, but when it's Regis, he got dropped.
Why is the conversation about the 2-time lineal champion? We talking about your boy.
You keep bringing him up.
No, I'm not bringing him up.
What are you talking about? Why is it about him? You keep bringing him up, and I'm just making sure you keep your facts straight when you bring them up. That's all I'm doing.
So let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you an important question. So how do you see that fight playing out? Who you see winning that fight?
Between Frank and Shakur?
Yes, sir.
I'm kind of leaning towards Shakur, and like I said, it's because Frank hasn't been on the big stage. It's a difference if Frank had fought at a main event before, but it's a big difference when all eyes is on you and that you got the big lights on you. That plays a major part in the mental of fighters. It plays a major part.
Mm-hmm.
So Shakur has been on the big stage before, so I'm leaning towards Shakur, but I wouldn't be surprised if Frank Martin get the nod. but I'm leaning towards Shakur. I'm me personally. I'm rooting for Frank Martin. I want Frank Martin to win, but I'm not gonna make my judgment off of my feelings. I'm gonna make my judgment off of facts and the logic that I know in this sport of boxing. And right now, everything is pointing towards Shakur as the favorite, and is a reason why he's the favorite, because he's been on that stage before, and this is Frank Martin's first big, real big challenge. Because me personally, I didn't think that Miguel Rivera was a major challenge for Frank Martin, because I knew he didn't have footwork and he doesn't have head movement. Now he does have power, but none of that plays a part when you can't land a shot. You can't land a shot. You can have. We saw that with Ryan Garcia. You can have all the power you want, but if you can't land a shot, it don't make a difference.
Well, let me ask you this: how long you been a part of boxing, man?
Roughly about 35 years.
So this is a man who's been in boxing 35 years, man.
You don't know shit about boxing.
You want to place a bet on it? You want to place a bet on it? You want to place a bet on it?
Oh, first Frank?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I got Frank. And you know it's so funny. It's only because Sugar Shakur, is one of those kids who give you the illusion that he's a good kid. I mean, this is the same guy who told another fighter, if I catch you in the street, we're gonna do you like this and that. So I don't know if he's a boxer, is he a gangster? Like, what is this guy? At the end of the day, I'm telling you, the whole wholesome image of Sugar Shakur. This dude, go ahead.
No, I was saying, how many people we got watching this live?
I can't see on my end.
Say
four.
It
say four right now.
It say 4 on your side. I can't see how many on my side. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I out of everybody that's watching this live, everybody that's catching on the replay, this is coming from a guy that picked Ryan Garcia to beat Tank Davis.
Hold on 1 second. Can I ask you a question? Hold on. Let me ask you this. Did we not see Ryan Garcia with the greatest fighter we've seen in the last 100 years, Floyd Mayweather?
What that got to do with
Ryan and Tank? No, I'm asking, did we not see that? Did we not see Ryan Garcia with the greatest fighter we didn't seen in 100 years? Did we not see it with that guy?
No, we didn't.
Oh my God! What are you talking about?
Last time I checked, the last 100 years, the greatest fighter was Muhammad Ali.
No, he's not better than Floyd. He's not. Yes, he's not better than the guy who beat 21 champions. We talking about pound for pound.
That's your opinion, and my opinion is Muhammad Ali. That's your opinion, and my opinion is Muhammad Ali. But what does that have to do with anything?
And think about this. Let's be honest here. Joe Louis might have stopped Ali back in his day. So we got to talk about what the real is. That style that Joe Louis fought, he like stopped Ali.
Being in the same arena as Floyd Mayweather has to do with anything.
It just lets you know his greatness. Salute to my brother Jay Gibson said,
what?
3 points for BBO. He said, bang. Hey, he keeping it real. He keeping it real. He say
greatness.
Hold on 1 second. You said what?
You said this let you know his greatness because he was with Floyd Mayweather.
The potential greatness, buddy. Let me clean it up. The potential greatness. This is the thing you missing. This is the thing that you missing. Floyd Mayweather is not with everybody. We never seen Floyd with Errol Spence. We never seen Floyd with Deontay Wilder.
They have been together.
He's only with the best. He's only with the best.
Spence and Floyd have been together.
They sparred. They sparred back in the day. They sparred back in the day. Yes.
He beat him up.
Oh, Spence beat him up. He beat a 38-year-old Floyd. A big deal.
Floyd wasn't 38 at the time.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. How old was he? How old was he?
It was before he fought Manny Pacquiao.
So he was what? When he 38, no, 37, 38 when he fought Canelo in 14? No, in 12?
No, he was 35 when he fought Canelo.
Oh, he was 35. Okay. We give you the 2 years, man. Whatever you want to call it, my brother. We give you the 2 years. But I'll just say this.
Canelo.
This is what I say.
That makes it look worse for Canelo if he was.
Hey, there's no shame in losing to Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. There's no shame in that.
It
That's
is
like
when
saying
he's 38 years old.
that's like saying it was a shame for Floyd Sr. to lose the Sugar Ray Leonard. At the end of the day, some guys are special.
It
Some
wasn't.
guys
It
are just
wasn't. It
special.
wasn't. It wasn't a shame because Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't 38 years old, and neither was daggone Floyd Sr.
Terry Norris cooked Shane Mosley? I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, it happens. People lose
Yeah.
fights. I know you part of that group of people who, if a guy lose a fight or a guy don't look good in a fight, you're already quick to throw him away. This is what I'm telling you, man.
You
This is
all
what
over
I'm
the
telling you.
place.
This is
You
what I'm
all
telling you.
over the place.
Back to what we talking about, man. So we talking about Sugar Shakur, and you know the good thing is, all jokes aside, it's just good to see that Bob Arum is not doing his usual, getting in the way of a big fight.
He
The
can't.
fight has been agreed on. It's not going to purse bid. The purse bid has been canceled. So we got to give Top Rank as well as the crook Jay Prince a lot of credit for getting that done. These guys usually don't like to work together, but to see that they putting their petty grievances aside to make sure the fighters and the fans get the best fights. I mean, I think that's terrific. What you think about that, man?
It had nothing to do with Bob Arum. The WBC mandated that fight. Bob Arum was obligated to do was either pay for that fight or go to purse bid. Either way, the fight was going to happen. So
Right.
it had nothing to do with Bob Arum. It just he decided, okay, I'm not going to let this fight get away from me because it potentially can be a big fight.
Mhm.
That's all. He learned from his mistakes in the past of not putting on these daggone big fights.
My brother Jay said you called it. He said Josh said Earl made him quit Doghouse Rules. He said Jay, he used that perfectly. Got to give BBO props on that one, but Free gonna come back sick. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. The funny thing about this is when we talking about fighters, man. At the end of the day, you got to remember, my brother D Free, man, only likes one style. He only likes those cool, slick punches who don't fight nobody, who don't dare to be great, who's not the can man. I only like guys.
You a damn lie.
Only like guys. Hey, only guys I like to watch fight seriously, man, is warriors like Marvin Hagler, like Sugar Ray Leonard, even though he's probably the most inactive superstar of all time. You look at Sugar Ray Leonard's record, man, it's a little bit laughable because the guy was so freaking inactive. The fact that he was able to do what he did as inactive as he was, it's terrific. But I'll say this. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get you right. Hold on one second, y'all. But for him to do what he did, man, and be able to be where who he became, and still, and be that as inactive as he was.
Clapping like a mug.
You said what? This guy here.
Oh, clapping like a mug.
How you figure that, man? Here we go.
I only like the sick fighters that don't fight nobody. Nigga, I'm the one that's been sitting here trying to get all these big fights to happen. I'm the one that's been sitting here talking about David Benavidez need to fight David Morrell. Y'all the motherfuckers that be giving these niggas them daggone passes. Oh, then he does them. He priced himself out when the man never even asked for no money, but he priced himself out. And we all know who we talking about.
Salute to my brother Kareem. But you know what's so funny? The thing I love about my brother D Free is simple. The brother don't hold none of these fighters accountable for what they do. Let me ask you this: Why in the world is Sugar Shakur telling another fighter, "Don't let me catch you in the street"? What is that about? What is that? What kind of stuff is that? What kind of crap is that?
Like,
He's gonna do something to him now?
What he said. Like you act like I condone what he said.
I haven't heard you say nothing against it. I haven't heard you say nothing against it.
Bro, yes, I did.
I haven't heard you say.
I said that. That shit is bullshit. That shit is just for the fans. They gonna see each other. They ain't gonna do shit. These guys ain't doing that. They know each other addresses. They know each other phone number. They know where they hang at. They ain't doing shit. He see Devin Haney whenever he want to see Devin Haney. Ain't shit gonna happen. That's just for the fans. For y'all motherfuckers to make motherfucking videos about it and talk about it. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. I see past the shit because I've been around boxing. I know how these motherfuckers say shit and then they do something totally different. I've been around it. I know what the fuck these guys do. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe at all.
Hey, but you know what? The great thing is boxing wins again. Boxing wins again. This is the type of stuff that we talking about. And you know what? I think Frank Martin should be the A side, but I think Sugar Shakur is gonna be, unfortunately. But I tell you what, I just give him credit because I didn't even think he had the heart to take a fight like that. After we heard about how he turned down the fight against Devin Haney, the pillow fish the warrior, I was just totally thrown back by that. Like he didn't take that fight. He didn't even force his hand. But another thing we gotta talk about this. I want to know what you think about this, man. You got Canelo and Charlo. You got Charlo who came out and said, "Leave me and Canelo alone. Fight Boots Ennis." Like for him to say something so cowardly, man, it was just like, are you a boxer or what are you, man? Like that's just the most coward kind of crap I ever heard from these. I'm telling you, man, the new fighters, man, they're really killing the game, man. They
Bro,
really
that's
have
not
no heart, man. It's crazy.
that has nothing to do with coward move. That's him telling Buds, nigga, stop trying to ride our coattail and go fight that motherfucking monster down there that you scared to fight. He's talking about fighting somebody 3 weight classes where you know you're not getting that fight this year or next year. That fight is not happening because they got a rematch. If Charlo wins, there's a rematch. That fight's not happening for at least a year and a half. So why are you trying to ride that coattail? Nigga, go fight that match. You got a rematch, and we got a rematch that's gonna happen. So either you go fight Earl Spence in a rematch, or you go fight that man Boots. That's your mandatory. That's what he's telling them. Stop riding
You know,
that coattail.
it's funny to hear my brother.
This is the biggest fight right now.
This is what I heard when I heard Jamel Charlo. I
Is
thought
a
of this
no
when I seen
good,
him.
lousy son of a bitch.
Hey!
That's exactly what he is.
You on mute.
The best don't talk like that. The best don't talk like that. Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me? I said the best don't talk like that. The best just don't talk that way. The best go out there and they make a fight happen. It does. That's the thing. I'm telling you, man. Boxing.
So
We as boxing fans have been just getting robbed. The last.
So Jamel supposed to make a fight with Bud now?
You said. Yeah. Even if he can't get to it, all he gotta say is, "Hey, we'll." All he got to do is get a contract in hand.
No,
they always do that. They've done that since the beginning of time. They've done that since the beginning of time.
Making a fight with Bud
They've done that since the beginning of time.
Fight with Canelo. He got to fight with Canelo. Why is he going to be sitting here worried about Bud? Bud is 3 weight classes below him right now. He got to fight with Canelo. He's not worried about no damn Bud.
He's about to. But let me ask you this: why did Canelo say, "Hey, he's only fought one guy. I don't care about him"? Why did he do that? Why did he say that? Tell me that.
You tell me. That's your man.
Tell me why Canelo. If Buzz. Oh well, honestly, at the end of the day, if Canelo beats him, he gets no credit. It's the same thing. The same thing that happened when Tank beat Leo Santa Cruz. You said what?
You asking me? Canelo is your man.
Oh, now you my man. Okay. Now you my man. Okay.
Canelo's been your man.
All I'll tell you is this.
He's never been my man. Ever since he started ducking, he ain't never been my man.
It's funny. And I know you see the videos of Canelo with the head movement back. Canelo looks like a man determined, bro. And I'm going to tell you this, man. Salute to my brother DP Rocker. I'm going to tell you this, man. We're gonna see the best Canelo we've seen in years. And I honestly tell you this, I kind of see Canelo getting stopped or beaten by a unanimous decision because I'm telling you, man, Jamel Charlo is special. Jamel Charlo is a better version, a stronger, taller version of Winky Wright, man. He's got terrific defense. The thing is, he got a better offensive game than Winky Wright, but he's got terrific defense, great job transitioning from offense to defense, and a very, very smart fighter in the ring. Takes his time, and really, to say the truth, I've never seen it in boxing in a long time where a guy goes from being a pure boxer to a straight-out knockout artist by actually learning how to turn his punches all the way over and get guys out of there. So, I mean, what I've seen, the development of Jamel Charlo has just been terrific, man. I can't give Derek James enough credit for that. But I don't know. I'll tell you this. Huh?
Jamel's not a knockout.
You said
artist.
Jamel's not a knockout artist?
No.
No, he's been knocking people out though. He's been knocking people
knocked-
out though.
he-
It ain't
he
about.
knocked two
I'm not
people.
saying
He knocked 2 people out.
he knocked out Erickson Lubin. He knocked out Brandon Rosario. He knocked out Tony Harrison. Where you been? He knocked out Brian Castano. Where have you been? He's just been knocking fools out. Where have you been? That's what he's been doing.
No, he knocked out. He's not a knockout artist.
He's in there punishing dudes, man. He's in there punishing dudes, man.
He's a boxer puncher. That's what he is. He's a boxer puncher. He's not a knockout artist.
Boxer puncher that's been dropping, that's been stopping stuff, bro. I mean, he been stopping people. Have you been watching him? He been stopping everybody, bro.
I'm just saying he's not a knockout artist. You saying he's a knockout artist. I'm saying he's not. He's a boxer puncher.
Oh my God, how's he not a knockout artist? Free? He done knocked out everybody. What are you talking about?
No,
he did not. I just named
Jamel
all
is
these guys.
not a knockout. No, how many fights do Jamel got?
I would have to look it up. I'm not sure offhand. I'm gonna have to look it up. But
He
this
got
is what I'm
30 he got
saying.
31 fights.
This is what he's been doing. This is what he wants.
He got 31. How many knockouts do we got?
And he been stopping champions lately. He been stopping champions.
How many knockouts do we got out of the 31?
He been stopping champions.
Out of the 31,
I don't have it in front of me, Freak. Tell me the number. I know you got it in front of you.
I'll pull it up for you. I'll pull it up for you. This man said he's a
salute to my man Barley.
Now Jamel Charlo, Tank Davis now.
No, I didn't say he's Tank Davis. But at the end of the day,
he's a knockout artist. Tank Davis is a knockout artist.
Yes.
Tank Davis is a knockout artist. Jamel is not a knockout artist. Those are 2 different type of fighters.
Did you see Brandon Rosario couldn't breathe? Did you see Brandon Rosario couldn't breathe? Was sitting there on the canvas trying to grab air after he got punched in the stomach, bro? I don't know what you've been watching, bro.
That doesn't mean you're a knockout artist.
Jamel has been punishing cats. Jamel has been punishing cats.
He's a boxer puncher. Do you know the difference between a boxer puncher and a knockout artist?
I know what the difference is. I know the difference.
So
what I'm saying is,
why are you calling him a knockout artist then?
Hey, I'm just saying I said he's turning into a knockout artist from what I've seen. Because come on, Brent, he knocked out Brandon Rosario. He just keep knocking people out. So I don't know what you call that then, Free. If he's not a knockout artist, whatever he is, he's stopping people. He's putting people to sleep. He's sending people home in stretches, man. That's what he's doing.
You name 4 people.
Champions.
Out of 31 fights, you named 4 people out of 31 fights. You named 4 people out of 31 fights.
Well, let me ask you this: How is this guy getting stronger as he proceeds in his career, man? Now he's 33. He's 33 years old, and the last few years he's just been stopping everything. What is that? How is that happening then? Explain that to me, please. How is he stopping people now?
Dog, you can stop people and still not be a knockout artist, dog. What the fuck? Dog, do you I don't think you pay attention to boxing, dog. I really don't think you pay attention to boxing.
Here we go, man.
You stop people, now all of a sudden you're a knockout artist. So you call let me see. Shakur Stevenson a knockout artist?
He ain't been stopping people.
He just stopped his last opponent. What are you talking about?
He stopped Yoshi for Mario. He stopped Yoshi
for
Mario.
Body shot. What the fuck are you talking about? He punished him.
Yoshi for Mario.
Like you say, he punished him. He punished him.
You comparing Yoshino to Brandon Rosario to Erickson Lubin.
I'm comparing a fight to another fight. He punished him and he stopped him. He a knockout artist now?
No, that's the first time we really seen him doing it. But okay, I'll concede that point. I'll give you that point. It's just a mere bag of shells. I'll give you that point. But this what I will say is this. What we seeing with Jamel, it's just set up for him to be one of the biggest stars in boxing. When he goes in there, and I'm telling you, and everybody know, Canelo Alvarez is one of my favorite fighters. Canelo Alvarez is one of the first young dudes counting that money like Kane. Straight up, real dog.
I told you this nigga be up here capping.
Here we go.
Canelo's your guy. He gonna say, "Oh, now he's my guy." Now he gonna say, "Canelo's one of my favorite fighters." I told you, y'all let him talk long enough. He'll tell on himself.
Here we go.
I told y'all.
Hey, but this is the thing about D Free, man.
You don't
Y'all
know
gotta admit,
shit
man. Whenever you,
about boxing.
ever D Free is talking about boxing, y'all. Maybe if you're talking about football, baseball, basketball, maybe. But when we talk about this boxing, man, he's overmatched. But I'll tell you
No.
this. I'll tell you this. When we look at Jamel Charlo, the thing I've seen with him, he's so athletic. And one thing Canelo struggles with is athletic guys. Danny Jacobs gave Canelo heck. Landis Lara gave him fits. Austin Chalk gave him fits. But the thing is this: the difference between those guys and Jamel is the fact that Jamel is a really master boxer. He hasn't fought a boxer like this since he fought Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. So I mean, he's really going in there. The odds, unfortunately, are against Canelo. But the thing about Canelo, he's a true champion. So he's taking any fight like he always has his whole career.
No.
It's
You said
anybody can get it. It
this
doesn't
is the
matter.
first fight. This is the first fight he fought somebody like this since Floyd.
I think Danny Jacobs was tough. I don't know about you. I think Danny Jacobs was tough. I think
Did you miss the daggone beating that he took from Bivol?
who?
Canelo. What do you mean who?
Yeah.
Canelo
Oh,
took a beating from Bivol. Did you miss
Yeah,
that
he
fight?
fought the bigger man. He did. He fought the bigger man and lost. He dared to be great, just like James Toney, just like Roy Jones. He went up and fought a guy that was too big for him to fight, and he lost. And I'm telling you
No,
guys,
you do
no one
realize
holds that against James Toney. No one holds that against Roy Jones Jr.
no, you do realize that Demetrius Bivol is smaller than the dude that he beat for the WBC belt at 175.
It
What's
doesn't
the nigga
matter.
name? What's the white guy
But it's
name?
the thing. But it's the thing. You saying that, but Demetrius Bivol is a paper champion. The real champion at 175 is Arthur Beterbiev. Arthur Beterbiev knocks out Demetrius Bivol. Easy work, puts him to bed, easy fight.
I got Arthur Beterbiev knocking Bivol out as well, but I'm not gonna call Beterbiev no dad. I mean, I'm not gonna call Bivol no paper champion.
Dude, if he got in there with Beterbiev, he would get hurt, man. What are you talking about? If he got in there with Beterbiev,
at all. I didn't deny that at all. So you call
so he's a paper champion.
So what you saying is Earl Spencer's a paper champion compared to Terrence Crawford.
No, just that night he just got beat. Just that night he got beat.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is it's an overwhelming consensus that Bivol has no chance against Beterbiev. He has no chance. He has no chance of winning.
I'm not gonna say that at all.
Oh my God, are you serious? Have you seen Beterbiev? Have you seen him?
No, I got Beterbiev stopping him, but I'm not gonna say that Bivol don't have no chance. If you say that, you obviously don't know shit about boxing. If you say that Bivol don't have a chance
against Beterbiev,
you must didn't watch that fight that Bivol put a beating on Canelo Alvarez. You must didn't watch.
He did.
That man
he did.
showed footwork. He showed head movement. He showed counter punching. He showed a great ass jab. Dog, that's all the makings of being a fighter that can win a fight. That's all you need to do. If you can put all those together on your best night, you can win the fight. So you saying that he doesn't have a chance? You crazy as hell. I got Beterbiev by stoppage, but I'm not gonna say he don't have a chance to win.
I'm gonna tell you this: it's not many guys in history at 175 that can be Arthur Beterbiev, bro. He's that special. He's that special, bro. Arthur Beterbiev is one of the best fighters in boxing. It's a fact. It's a fact. He actually put Usyk on the ground in the amateurs.
He's also 38 years old too. And Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah, he's aging out. He's aging out because he didn't look good versus Anthony Yarde. But you know the funny thing about these big fights, man. I think I'm a little discouraged when I hear that you got Tank Davis going to fight Isaac Cruz and it's all about money. After we heard Calvin Ford and his other trainer, they were talking all this. And it's sad because what's that? That's all about money. I just don't understand. Like what?
It's always been all about money for Tank Davis. It's always.
But I don't understand how it's. I don't understand how he does this, man, because he's cheating the fans. Every
So I'm
time
gonna
we
tell
get
you.
behind Tank Davis,
I'm gonna tell you how it's all about money for Tank Davis. Tank Davis came from the inner streets of Baltimore, where he had nothing. He was living on the streets. He had nothing. Came to Floyd Mayweather. Well, Adrian Bona gave him to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made this man a millionaire. He groomed him the way that he's fighting now. That's how he's been taught to take his career. So you can't blame a man for fighting the way he fight. He said, I'm not worried about being a champion. I'm making millions without being a champion. So why would you see something other than that? I mean, we want to see him in the big fights, but if it ain't the money ain't involved, Tank ain't taking it. Tank is looking for the money. If I can get a big purse out of it, that's what I'm taking. Whichever one is giving me the biggest purse, that's what I'm taking. That man
but
is
this is the
about
thing
money
I'm
because he
saying, man.
gave
That's
him the
cheating the
credit.
fans. That's cheating the fans. That's cheating the
No,
fans.
it's not.
That's
No,
cheating
it's
the
not.
fans.
I'm telling you, it's not cheating
How
the
is it
fans.
not?
Because the fans know what they want to see. If you choose to pay for a fight that you don't want to see, you cheating your own fucking self. Because I don't pay for a fight that I don't want to see. So if you choose to pay for a fight that you don't want to see, you cheating yourself. It ain't him. He's telling y'all this is who I'm fighting. You have a whole 2 months, 3 months of deciding if you're going to pay for that fight. If you choose to pay for it, it's because you wanted to see it.
Right. I get what you're saying. I'll say this. I'll say this. The funny thing about it is, and on a somber note, we got some terrible news. One of the best trainers from Ohio, from the great state of Ohio, Mike Stafford passed away at the young age of 67 years old. What do you think his legacy would be, man? And what do you think about what he did for boxing, man? I think he trained, of course, Robert Easter Bunny, Easter, also the great Adrian Bronner. One more cat I can't remember, but just what he did for Ohio boxing can't enough be said. But you from outside the state. What will Mike Stafford's legacy be for boxing, man? He was a terrific guy.
I mean, his legacy is going to be whatever he left his mark for the city of Ohio. I mean, for the state of Ohio, whatever mark he left, that was his legacy going to be. If he was somebody that everybody looked up to, and he was a hellified trainer. I know from inside the ring, he was a hellified trainer. But whatever he did for his community, that's what his legacy is going to be. If he helped the inner city kids, if he helped the community in any way, and all of the fighters that he taught how to come up in this game, that's what his legacy is always going to be remembered at. And that's what a lot of people got to realize. When we talk about these fighters, we always talk about their resume. Their resume is the people who you fought, but your legacy is who you beat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what your legacy is. Yeah, I fought this guy, but I beat this guy. This is a guy I beat. That's where you make your legacy at. So that's why when we talk about, oh, this is a legacy fight. No, I mean, it could be a legacy fight, but it's early in a lot of these guys' career. We don't know if these guys are going to be great fighters. We don't know how their career will turn out. So that's why when a lot of people talk about, oh, this is a legacy fight. Now, Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, that was a legacy fight. They built their career already. That's a legacy fight.
Okay.
Tank Davis and Devin Haney, we don't know if it's going to be a legacy fight because we don't know what's going to happen with Devin Haney's career. We don't know what's going to happen with Tank Davis' career. Tank Davis, I mean, he fought for the money. He didn't fight for the belts.
Well, let me ask you this. I'll drop the link, Kareem. Let me ask you this. So, what he did with Robert Easter, who he wasn't a big deal coming out to amateurs, made him a champion at 135. To have the youngest 4 division champion in boxing history, Adrian Broner. I mean, he's from Cincinnati, which is a really beautiful place. But as we all know, Cincinnati is probably one of the roughest cities in America. But he built a boxing gym, and I'm just wondering, will he be remembered for bringing up Robert Easter Bunny and Adrian Broner? Will people remember those great fighters that he had?
Maybe not so much in the sport of boxing unless you're a diehard boxing fan, because you only remember by the big fighters. Now, if people paid attention to Adrian Broner's career and they knew who his trainer was, then he might be remembered from Adrian Broner. Robert Easton wasn't that big of a boxer. He wasn't a household name. He was a fighter that a lot of boxing fans knew who he was, but he wasn't a household name. Adrian Boner had became a household name to a certain extent, so that he might be remembered. But far as the state of Ohio, he will always be remembered for Adrian Boner and Robert Easton and the other guys that he trained. He will always, because they follow their own.
And you know, salute to my brother Juan, my brother Jake Gibson. I'm gonna say this: you meet a lot of guys that box. A lot of guys that's bigger than life. You know, you got a family member who's a superstar in boxing. But I tell you what, it's crazy to say this, but I got to meet Mike Stafford like twice. And I'll say this: he's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. You know, you almost can't, you won't meet a better person than that guy was, and it's sad that he's gone. And the only reason I say that, it's a loss for boxing, because we see a lot of our greats, you know, leaving at a young age, man, 67 years old. I don't know what happened, but just praying for him and his family. But the thing that we got to talk about is we got to get back to this fight with you know, Sugar Sugar Shakur.
These guys
Yeah,
right
Sugar
here.
Shakur and Frank Martin. Yeah, we got to get back to these guys. And you know what's so funny, man? I wonder, and this is just me watching. I'm a little nervous because I don't like that Derek James is trying to change Frank Martin into more of an Errol Spence style fighter, where he's really pushing him to be more aggressive. Because Frank Martin is a pure boxer. He's always been that. I don't like that Derek James is really pushing it. If you watch these last few fights, and I tell you, that's why Frank Martin hasn't looked as sharp as he could have looked, because for some reason I just don't understand. But Derek James, DJ, is just obsessed with making his fighters like Earl, and I think it's just a travesty, because Frank Martin can box with the best of them, and I'm just wondering, will that hinder him from stopping Shakur, or what do you think?
No, I mean, Derek James is not forcing him to fight like Earl Spence. What Derek James is telling him is not to let off the gas. Like, if you listen to what Derek James is saying, is he's telling him to throw more combinations. Don't let off the gas. Don't give this guy a chance to breathe, because he knows that Frank Martin has great footwork. He has excellent defense, and he has the boxing ability to outbox a lot of these guys. I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them, majority of them. He has
A
the
lot,
ability
for
to
sure.
outbox the
Absolutely.
majority of those guys. So he's telling him
Mhm.
not to let off the gas, because you have the talent, you have the experience, you have the ring IQ to know what you're doing in there. And if you listen to
Mhm.
Frank Martin, the last fight, Derek James asked him like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And Frank Martin like, "Man, I don't know." So it's not that Derek James is training him to be like Earl Spence. He's telling him, "Look, you know what to do. Why are you letting off the gas?" And Frank Martin like, "Man, I don't know." So he just want him to take charge in that ring. When you get an opening, take it. Don't hesitate. Don't think about it. Take the opening when you get it. That's what he's telling him to do. It's not so much training him to be like Earl Spence, because they're two different type of fighters. Earl is a pressure fighter. Frank Martin is a boxer. Is a boxer puncher. He's similar to Jamel. Frank Martin is similar to Jamel. He's a boxer puncher. He got better footwork than Jamel,
Yeah, he is.
and he's faster than Jamel, but he's similar to Jamel as far as a boxer puncher. But that's what he's
Yeah,
telling him to do.
I think the thing that I'm saying is, if you watch, and I've been watching Frankie Martin really close, and it seems like the overwhelming sentiment is Derek James. DJ looks pissed at the end of these fights when you see him with Frank Martin. I just don't understand, like, what does he want? I mean, the dude is not Errol, and the reason I say that is because I get what you're saying about stay on the gas, because he suffers from a little bit of that Boo Boo Andre syndrome, where he's so good he's not even challenged in some of these fights. And I'll say a good fight that brings that to memory is when he fought Michelle Rivera. If he would have pushed harder in the fight, pause, he would have stopped him. And I
And
just
that's
don't
what
understand why DJ doesn't get who the heck Frank is. Frank is that
that
guy, man. And I'm telling you, Errol Spence
that's why you
aside,
see DJ
this
mad.
dude.
That's why you see
Go
DJ
ahead.
mad at the end of the fight. You see DJ mad because DJ know that Frank could have got him out of there. He knew he could have got him out of there. You left
Yeah,
food on the table. You left food on your plate, and you could have got him
yeah.
out of there. That's why he's pissed at some of these fights, because he see what Frank, he see the potential in Frank, and he knows what he has in Frank, but Frank left food on the plate. And he like, nah, don't you eat everything on the plate. You don't leave no food on the plate. You eat everything on the plate. If you can get this guy out of here, get him out of here. We can go home early. We ain't got to sit here and be sitting up here for another 20, 30 minutes. We can get up out of here early. We don't get paid for
And you know what?
overtime.
That's a good point you're making. That's a good point you're making. That's a good point you're making because I'll give you that. His last 3 fights have been all the same thing where he could have got the guy out of there. And I'm gonna ask you this: is it? And I could be wrong, and I really want to get your opinion on it. Is it that Frank just has too much respect for the sport, or what is it? Because it seems like every time Frankie Martin be winning these fights easy. It's when you really watch him back, he wins these fights easy, and I'm just wondering why does he expect him to always knock him out? I just don't understand that. I know that he can, but is it that Frank is worried about getting hit back with something, or what you think that is? It's got to be that he's worried about getting hit back with something because Michelle Rivera can punch.
It's always that every fighter is worried about what's coming back. So especially like Michelle Rivera, he heard about how much of a big puncher Michelle Rivera is. He heard that Michelle Rivera stopped the last 6 or 7 opponents or whatever. So he's worried about getting hit with something big, and he don't want to get caught with something when he's winning the fight easy. He don't want to go out there and get caught with something when he's winning easy. So that's one of the reasons why he doesn't go in for the kill. But make no mistake about it, if Frank gets you hurt, he's going to move in for the kill. It's just he has opportunities to get you hurt, and he don't jump on it. He falls back a little bit sometimes. So that's what Derek James is trying to get to him. Hey, if you see the opening, take the opening. You got the shot. Take it. You quicker than him. You got the shot. Take it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something funny. Salute to my brother G5. I say this. I just don't understand, and I get what you're saying. I'm just wondering, will we see that? It's like the same thing when it comes to Boots. When it comes to fighting and Boots playing in the ring. I really can't wait to see this fight because I believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe we're gonna see the best version of Frank Martin because Frank Martin has been wanting this, been saying he wants this, and putting the work in to get these fights. And I'm gonna tell you something funny. The way he checked Keyshawn Davis, who in my opinion has more talent than him, not a better fighter, but has more talent than him. He's like, he doesn't even care that Keyshawn has more talent. He's like, you know what? We can fight tomorrow. Don't say my name if you don't want to fight. And it's like, you know what? That's a bad mofo right there, man. Like, I give that kid so much credit, man. Hold on one second. I'm gonna bring a couple cats up. Why you shaking your head, man?
That man, Keyshawn,
why you shaking your head, Frank?
Keyshawn do not have more talent than Frank Martin. He does not. The only thing that I can possibly give
he's quite
him,
a bit younger, man. He's quite a bit younger.
Yeah, but the only thing that I can give Keyshawn, if I give Keyshawn anything, is maybe the power. And I don't even think Keyshawn has more power than Frank Martin. But that's about the only thing that I can give Keyshawn. He doesn't have better footwork than Frank Martin. He doesn't have faster hands than Frank Martin. He doesn't have a better ring IQ than Frank Martin. And he doesn't have better defense than Frank Martin. So I can't say that he's more talented than Frank Martin. I can say he's probably just as talented as Frank Martin, but I ain't gonna say he's more talented than Frank Martin.
What's good, fellas?
Well, let me say this. Salute to my brother Marky Dam, the BBO bro with the punches, historian. Salute to my brother Kareem, the goofiest cat in Dallas, man. But hey, I want to get your opinion before do anything. Marky Dam, let me ask you. Do you think that what DJ is trying to do to Frank Martin will hinder him, forcing him to be something he's not as far as being more aggressive? You think that'll hold him back?
No. I think that Derek James knows his fighter and he knows what Frank Martin does best. And if you look at that fight, his last fight against that guy Haratunian, whenever Frank Martin was coming forward and throwing his combinations, he was having his most success. That's when he was hurting that dude the most. It's when he would sit back and let Haratunian move and get on his jab and get on the stick. That's when he would struggle. And that's the same thing I see happening in the Shakur fight. He's gonna sit back at mid-range or long range, and Shakur is just gonna pick him up. Is gonna pick him apart.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's important that Derrick James stresses to him that he needs to come forward and be aggressive.
Yeah, see, the thing with Shakur
I
doesn't
think
do
I
well.
get what y'all saying. Go ahead.
No, Shakur doesn't do well with pressure fighters that throws combination. He tends to shell up. When you throw a combination at Shakur and you coming forward, he tends to go in a high guard and he looks to counterpunch. But if you got fast hands and if you got power with those punches, Shakur will back off. He'll back off. We saw that when he fought the African dude. The African dude had fast hands and he had power, and Shakur stayed away. He was like, "No, I'm not engaging with that guy. He got power." So I can see that. But, yeah.
No, my bad, D Free. I was just gonna say, but that dude is longer. So Shakur had to stay out of his range. He had to move. Frank Martin, I'm not sure about. Well, actually, I think the other day I saw Frank Martin. Him and Frank have the same reach. So I don't know how that's gonna play a factor, but I just see long range and mid range. I see that being Shakur's distance. That's where he's gonna have his most success. And I think Frank need to stay out of there, or you need to get in close.
Yeah, he need to.
I think what you
guessing.
What you missing, Marky Dent. No, what I'm saying, and I'm gonna let my brother Kareem go next. I think the thing that you missing, Mark, is the fact that this dude is a very, very, very good boxer, and I don't think Sugar has fought a boxer like him. I mean, we tend to forget how good a boxer that Frankie really is because I mean, his foot, Free said it best. He got some of the best foot movement in boxing. And I think that's the one thing that separates Shakur is the fact that he can stand in front of you and not get hit. I think he in there with a guy who actually can touch him because really does a lot to me. Now, forgive me for the nerd coming to me. He's like the Dragon Ball Z character Hit, man. He's in front of you, but he's not. And I'm telling you, man, what you got to do is step to him and make sure he can't get away from him. Because how many times did we see Oscar Valdez be right there and Shakur take 2 steps back and he's gone? Shakur take a step back, half a step back, he's gone. He won't be able to do that with a guy faster than him. And I'm telling you, don't miss that. So to my brother Kareem, what you think of Kareem? What's on your mind, man? How you feel about this big fight?
Man, I like it, but shit, I'm scared. I'm scared for Frank. You know, I think Frank. Look,
here you go. I'm scared for him.
No, you know, I'm always rooting for the home team, but I don't know. I just don't see Frank getting it done with Shakur. You know, I just can't say it.
Yeah, what I see Frank best success is to come at Shakur at angles. Don't come straight in. Come at angles because Shakur, he uses his distance, but his distance is to take a step back. But if you come in at an angle, he can't take that step back. He got to take that step to the side. So you come in at angles, like you come forward with the jab, but then you come at an angle with the right hand, or come at an angle with the left hook. So you gotta give him a different look. You can't just come straight at Shakur because Shakur is just going to throw the jab out there and try to keep you away with the jab.
You gotta understand, Shakur Stevenson, he got some of the best punch placement in boxing. On top of that, his defense is one of the best in boxing. On top of that, and Frank ain't been looking good lately. I ain't gonna lie to you. So
I don't. You know, what do you? This is the thing. This is the thing. You say Frank ain't been looking good. What more do he got to do? I mean, the thing. See what y'all doing, and it's okay. It's not a big deal. Y'all nitpicking. Y'all picking the fact that he could knock more guys out, but he doesn't. The fact is, he put him in the position to knock him out. I just think with most great boxers, Demetrius Andrade is a big culprit of this. They get so far ahead and they kind of like to cruise too much. And I think it's a good thing, like what you're saying about putting the fire under DJ putting a fire under him, But I'm telling you, if we see the best Frank Martin, he either stops or wins by UD versus Sugar Shakur, because Sugar Shakur has not fought a guy under 30 in a long time. Since Clay, I believe the last guy was Clay he fought was under 30. So Frank Martin's 28 years old, in his physical prime, ready to do damage. And you can't tell me that Sugar Shakur has fought anybody anywhere near as good as Frank Martin. It hasn't even been close. You can't tell me Yoshi from Mario was good. You can't tell me that Oscar Valdez at the end of the day showed us that he's not that good. Navarrete beat him from pillow to post. You don't get beat like
What
that.
about
If you good. It just don't
Conceição?
happen. Conceição, that's another fight. But
That's
this
a
is the thing I'm
gold
saying.
medalist, bro.
Man, gold medalist
Robert
doesn't always
Kaseko.
translate to the pros. That don't always translate to the pros. It's,
Robert Kaseko gets
Nah,
stopped
but
against
Andy
Frank Martin.
and a lot of dudes. And you say Conceição gets stopped against Frank?
Yeah, he gets stopped.
of course.
He gets stopped against
Right,
Frank.
stop, Sim. What are you watching?
Man, I don't know about that.
Historian, man.
He
You
gets
know better
stopped
than
against
that.
Frank.
Nah.
He gets stopped.
Look, I ain't gonna say all of that, but Conceição is a solid fighter.
I'm telling you, he's gonna
Salute to
he'll
my
get
brother
stopped.
Thomas Hill.
Hey, BBO. Another thing you gotta understand is Shakur Stevenson helped Terrence Crawford get ready for Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget, like, he in there with somebody that's that he's sparring with on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? To get him ready for somebody like Frank. And
Yeah, but the thing is,
Crawford is levels above, a lot of levels above Frank.
yeah, but Crawford don't fight the same style as a Frank neither.
You're right. But
So I mean, he can get in there with Crawford and train with him, but that's not training you for Frank Martin because they don't fight the same style.
is Shakur Stevenson with Snack?
Yeah,
No.
I think so.
I don't think
No?
Oh, he is with. No, is he? No, he's not with the
No,
snap
he's not.
program.
He's
No,
not.
he's not.
Oh,
Oh, but
okay,
I'll
well,
tell you this. I'll tell you
Frank
this.
might got a
I'm gonna
chance.
tell you.
then.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Hey, that brother, man, I love this guy here, Kareem, man. This brother be full of hot Cheetos and Hennessy, bro. And he just the funniest dude on YouTube when he want to be, man. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm shocked at you, Marky. I'm shocked that you watch boxing like I do, and you know for a fact the athlete is what separates boxers when they're even. You know that. You've seen that since they've been boxing since 1910. It's been the same way. Anybody who has athleticism usually wins when it's a tie. It's probably a tie in boxing skill, but I'm telling
Who's
you,
a tie?
Frank's athleticism. I
Who's
think
a tie?
It's not a tie, baby.
Who's a
Oh
tie?
my God!
Who's the
How is
tie?
it not?
It's not.
Who's the tie?
I'm talking about as far as boxing skill, Martin and Sugar. I think it's a tie.
Boy, you smoking that shit,
I don't
boy.
think Martin's feet are as good as Shakur's, BBO. I don't think the jab is as good.
I don't
Maybe
think
counter. I think Shakur got better combinations.
It's not a tie, but it's
I
not.
don't
It's
see
not,
it,
it's not
BBO.
a,
I really think
fighting
Shakur is gonna
big.
go in there and
no, it's not a tie.
I
but
really
it's
think
not a far,
Shakur
it's
is
not
gonna
a
go
far,
in there and
it's not a far game.
I ain't gonna say outclass him, but it's gonna be 8-4, 9-3.
I think Shakur gonna knock him out. To be honest,
No, hell no, hell no.
to be honest,
I'm gonna tell y'all something funny. I'm gonna tell you something funny. You know what this fight is? This is Super Judah versus Mayweather. But this time, I think Super Judah's gonna win. I'm telling you, this is exactly what this is, man. You got two guys who can punch, who can box a little bit, and I'm telling you, the thing that y'all missing is that this guy Sugar has not fought anybody. He hasn't fought anybody of note. Jamel Herring was 135 years old when he fought him. Oscar Valdez was 55 years old when he fought him.
bro,
Frank ain't fought nobody,
He ain't fought
BBO.
nobody. I don't know what we keep talking about here. Frank fought Michelle Rivera, who was beating everybody up at 135.
Wasn't Oscar Valdez a unified champion?
But Cheryl Rivera will probably
No,
lose
he
to
wasn't a
Oscar
unified
Valdez,
champion.
BBO. Come on now.
So how many belts did Oscar
Dude.
have?
Well, you know that the triangle theory don't work. The triangle theory has never worked.
No,
I
we
keep
ain't
trying to
talking about
tell
no
you that.
triangle theory.
The triangle
I asked you
theory
about a
has
belt.
No,
never
but then why are you talking about Shakur's resume if that's the case? Just talk about the styles then, BBO.
The styles, he gonna
But
fuck him up.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I put it like this. When Frank stops him, I don't want y'all boys coming here. Y'all the same cats that doubted Teofimo Lopez when he fought Josh Taylor. The same guys. The same boxing historian. The same guy who told me. Go ahead.
I'm trying to tell you, you always find a way to bring Tio into the conversation. You always find a way to bring Tio in the conversation. No, we ain't talking nothing about Tio. He always find a way to bring Tio in here.
I like Frank. I hope Frank win, but
I told you, I said,
see it, bro.
My heart is with Frank, but my mind is telling me that Shakur,
your money
with
Shakur, but your mind with Frank.
It just tells me that Shakur, like I said before, it's the experience factor. Shakur has been on the biggest stage. Frank Martin hasn't been on this stage yet. He hasn't been on the stage. He hasn't been the main event.
Who has he fought?
It doesn't matter
on the big stage. We see him on the big stage. He was crying. We see him on the big stage. He was crying because he lost.
Dog, what are you talking about?
The dude ain't beat nobody, man. Y'all screaming like he beat somebody.
He was just on the big stage with Oscar Valdez. What are you talking about?
Who watched that fight but me and you? Nobody watched that fight but me and you, bro.
Nah, that's not true, BBO. At least 1.3 million viewers watched that fight.
Yeah,
that's about as much as Haney and Kambosos.
It's on ESPN. What are you talking about?
Dog.
No, come on, BBO. You just said ain't nobody watched it. Now you complaining because it's on ESPN.
If it's free,
you crazy, man.
Hey, but I got a question
ESPN is
for y'all though.
The biggest sports platform in the world, and you talking about ain't nobody watching?
I got a question though.
No, you talking about a guy who's on the biggest platform in the world and still ain't nobody. He still ain't nobody. What are you talking about? No,
who you talking about?
Nobody knows
come on now,
but us hardcore fans, man. Nobody knows this guy.
Whether you believe he fought somebody or not, he's been on the big stage. Frank Martin hasn't been on the big stage. He hasn't. That's the fact. He hasn't been on the big stage.
Frank Martin ain't never put 10,000 people in a stadium, D-Free. Ain't never fought in front of that many people.
All I'm saying is Frank Martin hasn't been on the big stage. So that plays a part when you having that fight. When you got the big lights on you, we see it all the time. We see it all the time. The big lights is on you.
BBO, you a hater, man. You being a straight hater, bro.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. This is what I want to know. From BBO.
Florida ain't cry. He took that lick.
No, Floyd cried, Earl cried, Roy Jones cried, all
like I
said, cried in the Olympics. Mike Tyson cried. Come on now.
Actually, you're right. I remember that interview.
I'm pulling for Frank Martin, but I just say I think Shakur is going to edge it out. I'm pulling for Frank Martin.
That was crazy.
But if Shakur comes out here and he beats Frank Martin 9-3 or 8-4, you going to give Shakur his props?
I will, absolutely. I tell you, I've been telling you that the kid looks good. He's the best can opener I've ever seen. The dude's a terrific can opener. I need one for my house. The dude has been opening cans since he's been in boxing. And I'm gonna tell you this. This is the thing y'all gotta remember.
The same as Ryan.
Same as Tank.
How we bring it up? Can I ask you a question? This is what I want to know. So whenever, and this is the thing, and I gotta say pause, because Shakur got pretty hair, light-skinned guy, y'all rooting for him. The only reason y'all cats is not rooting for Frank Martin because he's a dark-skinned brother, man. And
what the
that's
fuck
how it always is. Y'all don't want to see him win. But he's about to kill this dude.
What are you talking about? Bro, I ain't never been on a boxing channel and niggas start talking about niggas skin
I swear your headset ain't working, yo. Your headset ain't working. Because I could have sworn I just said, I'm rooting for Frank Martin, but I believe that Shakur is going to edge it out. I'm rooting for Frank Martin. I want Frank Martin.
What's your final pick? I want to know what's your final pick.
My final
so you want Frank to win? Like most people do. I want the brother to win. I'm sorry, I want the brother to win. That's a problem.
That's crazy, BBO.
Shakur's going to win 8-4. That's my final pick. But I'm rooting for Frank Martin. I want Frank Martin to win.
I got you.
Yeah, I got Kerr UD.
Hey Josh, I said, hey, I salute to my brother Juan. And salute to my brother Josh. I said pause. He said, I feel you, D Free. The experience at this stage will make a difference for Sugar, but Frank definitely got a great chance. Not a great chance.
No,
I'm
he
gonna put it
do.
like
He
this.
do.
Unlike my
He
brother,
do.
unlike my brother D Free, I like to root for the brothers. And I want to see my brother Frank
What
Martin
the fuck,
knock
nigga?
this
They
Puerto
both
Rican out.
black. What
I
are you
don't know what
talking
y'all.
about, bro?
No, he's
They
not.
both.
No, he's not.
They
He's
both.
Puerto
They
Rican or something, bro.
listen.
You can
They
be
I see him
Puerto
on Puerto
Rican
Rican
and
flag.
be black, BBO. There's Afro Latinos. You know that, right,
Bro,
nigga?
bro. I don't know what that is, bro. All I know is
Hold
this.
on. You do realize the guys from the people that came over to Puerto Rico, they came from Africa. You do realize that, right?
BVO
I
is an
realize
Asiatic
that,
black
but I'm
man.
telling you this.
Okay.
BVO is an Asiatic
Hey,
black
I
man.
want.
Hey, BBO, you
Hey,
stupid, man. You
hey.
stupid, bro.
I put like this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong for this, but I want to
You
see the
are.
brother win. I want to see the
You are
brother win.
wrong.
I know y'all want to play this stupid game. I want to see the
Last
brother
time,
win. The
last
fact
time
is
I
this.
checked, Shakur Stevenson is a brother as well.
Shit, his granddaddy
No,
look
he's not. I
like
seen him with the
D
Puerto Rican
Free.
flag.
Last time I checked, he
D
a
Free,
brother as
hey,
well.
D Free's a Puerto Rican too. What are you talking about? D Free's a Puerto Rican too. So that means nothing. What are you talking about? That means nothing. Am I
I'm
wrong?
black and
Man,
Or D Free,
that
are you not a
man's
Puerto Rican?
grandfather is as dark as a D Free shirt. Come on, BBO. That's a black man.
Hey, look.
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. Y'all only
see,
rooting against Frank because he's black. Y'all don't want to see the black man win. I don't understand
but you
why.
told me,
I
but you
don't know
told
why y'all
me,
want to see the
you
black
told
man
Bro,
win.
me, you
I
told me
ain't never heard a
if
nigga talk about a light skinned
no,
nigga and a dark skinned nigga, bro.
hold on. But he told me if Tio had dark skin and wings that I would be rooting for. But now I'm not rooting for the black
Absolutely,
man.
you would. Absolutely, you would. You pick and choose. That man a
But
song.
now I'm not rooting for the
That
black man.
man a
Now I'm
song
not
about
rooting
you,
for the
bro.
black man.
It's cool. It ain't
Now
doing.
I'm
You
not.
heard the song from Finesse. He was talking about you. He was talking about you when he made that song. He was talking
But
about you
now
and
I'm not
Kareem.
rooting for the black man. But you said if Tio had dark skin and
Hey,
wings,
you
I would
don't
be
root for
rooting
the
for him.
black
But now
man.
I'm not.
I'm telling you, I want to see. And listen, respectfully, I'm gonna steal my man Josh and Dub right side's work. Respectfully, I apologize. In this case, I want to see a brother bring it home. That's what I want to see. I want to see a brother win the WBC title and bring it
So
on
you
home.
don't like
I don't want to
so you
see.
don't like
Go ahead.
light skinned niggas. Can you
I
hear
don't know
me?
what you
I don't
talking
know.
about, bro.
He didn't say.
You
He
don't
didn't
like
say.
so that means you don't like Muhammad Ali.
No, y'all
Oh, we
gotta
not talking about
understand.
Muhammad Ali. We talking about
Hold on.
Shakur.
No, y'all gotta understand.
Nah.
BBO is the same complexion as Shakur Stevenson.
Here we go.
Ah, so it's jealousy.
Here we go. Here we go, Lars. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this, Free. You're
I
wrong.
get it
They
now,
showed the
BBO.
James Bond movie. You're wrong. This is the thing you got. This is the thing y'all missing. This is the thing y'all missing. Y'all only rooting for Shakur because he light skinned, hangs out with Drake. You know, have rappers lose. Become unalive in bowling alleys. That's why y'all like this guy. That's why y'all like him, man.
I don't even like Drake.
That's what it is, man. He run around with Drake, Jay Prince, who looks like Judge Mathis, so
You know
everybody
what,
be on him.
BBO? That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly why I'm picking
Hey,
Shakur Stevenson to whoop this nigga's ass.
BBO sound like a hater.
and I'm gonna tell
He
you,
hang out with Drake.
hey,
He
oh,
like
I said like a hater. Hey, ain't no funny. Ain't that funny, bro? When I go for the brother, I'm racist. I love it. When I go for the brother, I'm racist. Now I love how that works. But that's beautiful. That's beautiful, man.
You bringing up his personal talk. Oh, he hang out with Drake.
Hey,
That's why
look.
y'all like this guy. I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, I gotta ask y'all.
Hold on, you said
I gotta ask y'all a question real quick. So y'all know how Earl just lost, right? Got knocked out, and just say Trollo going there get knocked out, and then Frank get knocked out, bro. They're gonna take a big fucking hit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's possible Trollo and Shakur. I mean, Trollo and Frank could get knocked out.
It happens. I mean, Eddie Reynoso took a hit when Oscar Valdez lost and then Canelo lost. I mean, it happens.
But they didn't get knocked out though. Like it's a chance.
They got beat up.
It's a chance that Charlo can get his ass demolished.
Yeah,
and it's a chance.
I mean, it's always a chance when you're in the sport of boxing. There's always a chance.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that
but
was
I'm just
crazy.
saying you can come from trainer of the year to you got 3 fighters losing 3 fights in a row. It's kind of crazy.
But I mean, he did get a win with AJ.
I'll just say this.
He got a knockout win with AJ.
And this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say to
Man,
rebut what you're
AJ
saying.
fighting
When you're
bum
talking
ass
about,
niggas in New
trainers.
England that chop wood. Niggas don't really do shit else but
Hey,
drink beer.
BBO, you still trying to do the rewatch show?
Oh yeah, we could do that as well. We on tonight. We having some fun tonight. He said BBO's favorite fighters
All
are
right.
Spanish. I don't know what y'all talking about. My favorite,
I
you know
know.
what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a favorite fighter. I don't have a favorite fighter.
Except for
All I'll
Tio.
tell you is this.
Except for Tio. No,
I
am convinced. I'm convinced Tio was his favorite fighter. He brings Tio up in every single one of our lives. Go watch all of our lives that we did. He brings Tio up in every single one. I'm telling you, I'm convinced that's his favorite fighter.
Hey, he might as well go ahead and GM T.O. and ask him for an interview. T.O. real friendly, bro.
You might get an interview with him.
I'm talking about T.O.
I got some.
T.O. one of them friendly guys. He'll talk to anybody.
You might get an interview with him.
Listen, he said, hey, salute to my brother Juan said, I don't talk about Canelo. BVO would get mad. You're a goofball. Hey, I put like this. I'm sorry. This is the thing. Forgive me. I'm a black man created by God who likes to see other black men win, and I want to see Frank Martin win. I'm sorry this time. I don't want to see the Spanish guy win. I want to see the brother win. Forgive me. I want to see the brother win.
He's not Spanish. He's not Spanish.
He is Spanish, bro.
No, he's not.
He's Spanish.
He's Puerto Rican.
Spanish. The dude is Spanish, bro.
He's not Spanish. Puerto Rican is not Spanish.
That's Spanish.
No, it's
That's
not.
Latino.
How you gonna tell me? How you gonna tell me that's Puerto Rican? That's not Spanish.
I'm asking you, what is that?
It's Puerto Rican. It's not Spanish. They didn't come from Spain.
What's the difference?
They didn't come from Spain. They came from Africa.
They speak Spanish.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of them Puerto Ricans is mixed with white Spaniards. I ain't gonna say that, but Shakur, that's a nigga. That's a black man.
Puerto Rican mixed with black people a lot.
I think you just missed that, Free. I just love how this brother Marky Dan is lightweight genius, bro, and spit something out of nowhere. Like, it's a lot of these guys. You gotta watch Marky Dan. You gotta watch the Island Boys, man.
But a lot of Puerto Ricans that I know in America, they mix with black. They don't mix with white. They mix with black.
No, but if you go, well, I ain't gonna argue.
Bro, I ain't never seen a Puerto Rican in my life.
Yeah, there's no.
They come in all kinds of colors and shades and all types.
I'm talking about right here. I'm talking about right here in Texas. I ain't never.
Texas, you're gonna find a lot of Mexicans. You're gonna find a lot of Mexicans.
I ain't never heard a nigga tell me he was Puerto Rican. I ain't never heard that. I ain't really never heard the term Puerto Rican until I got older.
My island is full of Puerto Ricans because we only about 80 miles away from Puerto Rico.
No, that's because
you gotta remember you
Mexicans. That's why you don't hear about Puerto Ricans. Mexicans and Puerto Ricans don't usually get along.
And bro, don't nobody want to be in Texas, bro. It's too hot.
Bro,
ain't nobody want to be in Texas, bro.
I think that got more to do with geography, D-Free.
Bro, you live in fucking Cleveland, bro.
They usually don't get along. Puerto Ricans and Mexicans usually don't get along.
I think Latinos in general don't get along. I be hearing Mexican. The worst enemy of a Mexican is another Mexican. That's what I keep hearing.
It's the main. You know what it is, man. Enemy of Puerto Rico is Dominicans. Dominicans in Puerto Rico. If you call a Dominican Puerto Rican, they liable to smack you. They liable to smack you. They get heated if you call a Puerto. Or same if you call a Puerto Rican a Dominican, they get heated over that. They're like,
I can't even tell the difference.
But that's true down here, but it's for a different reason, D-Free.
Hey, salute to my brother A1 Hoop Zone.
That's like me trying to tell the difference between a Chinese and a Japanese person. Boy, y'all look the same to me, boy.
we gotta remember though, bro. You gotta see. Listen, this is the thing you gotta. This is the thing you gotta remember. This is the thing you gotta remember, man. This is the thing you gotta remember. When you're talking about Mexican, you're talking about usually like Native Americans. when you're talking about like Dominicans or you're talking about Puerto Ricans, they usually have African descent. When you go to South America, I've been blessed to get to go to South America, and you see it's a lot of African people, and even the Puerto Rican and Dominican culture. They have a lot of the drums. They have a lot of the African culture still in their everyday culture. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because in Texas it's so isolated, bro, that you really only got a certain group of people. It takes a special dude to be in Texas, man. For one, the humidity is horrendous. For two, you got to deal with a lot of like unnecessary like things that happen in Texas as far as like racism, things of that nature. You live in a city and it's still kind of rough. So I mean, at the end of the day, you're not gonna get much variety in Texas, bro, because y'all got some of the craziest laws on the planet.
We
So
only
I
seen
mean,
we only seen 3 people growing up. I seen black people, white people, and Mexicans. I ain't never seen nothing
right, that's
outside
it.
of those 3. I ain't
Yeah.
never heard of none of this other races. That I'm like, damn, they got other races. Like, shit.
Yeah, because what they gonna do? What they
Nah,
gonna
but
what they gonna
but
do
Asians
if
they
freaking
but it's all about geography, man. If you go to the West Coast, like Asians, they migrated to the West Coast because I think like Chinese workers were working on the railroad that was connecting the West Coast to the
and
East Coast,
and I and
and
I
then motherfuckers
and not
and
only
then
that,
Puerto Ricans and
you on a
Dominicans they
doorstep. You on a doorstep to the east. No, what I'm saying is, excuse me for interrupting. What I'm saying is, they're on the
no, you
doorstep to the
good.
east. As soon as, as soon as you in California, you're right there. 1 minute over, you in China. But that's enough about that. We gotta get back to this fight, man. This is my thing before we start the watch show. What I want to know is seriously this, man. When you see Sugar Shakur, what do you see his future going? And I'm gonna ask everybody on the panel. I'm gonna start with my brother D Free.
You
What
said
happens what happens to
I'm
Shakur
gonna be
after he
back right quick,
loses this fight?
BBL.
What will be his next? Okay,
say that again.
what will be his next move after he loses this fight? I'm saying after he loses this fight, what will be his next move?
If he
Sugar Shakur's
loses,
next move.
If he lose, I mean, he got to get right back on the saddle and continue to ride that horse. I mean, your career ain't over. It ain't number 26. Career ain't over. If he lose, but if he wins,
Salute
he
to my
got to do the
brother.
same thing.
Salute.
If he wins, he got to do the same thing. Get right back on that motherfucking saddle and ride that horse.
Yeah, I agree with D Free.
Yeah.
You know, if you lose, you're still young. You can always come back. You got Lomachenko at top rank. I mean, it still fights for him.
it's part of the game. Everybody lose. You can't win all them bitches.
Yeah, I get what y'all saying, but I'm telling you, I think it'll crush this kid because one thing about Sugar Shakur, he is an egomaniac. I don't know if y'all seen him. Everything he does is to satisfy his ego, man. Like this dude is an egomaniac, bro. And
I actually agree
I
with you,
honestly can tell
BBL.
you, I'm gonna tell you this: a guy like that, if he would take a loss, honestly, it would change him. And I don't see him beating him. It's a possibility that he could win because he's very talented. But I guarantee you this: if he loses the fight to somebody like Frankie Martin, man, it'll change the Shakur. He'll never be the same because this dude's ego.
To be honest with
I
you,
would
he might
say
be better.
I mean, it very
not with an
well
ego
can.
like that, man.
I'm talking
It
about
very
that.
it,
That
it
that
very
might
well
that
can.
might just bring out the beast in him. He might just come
I
out and
mean,
start knocking shit out.
yeah. I
Especially
mean,
if he give the snack program.
it very well can go either way. It can go either way because I mean, after Shakur, after he lost in the gold medalist round, he said he never trying to lose again. He hate losing, so it can go either way. So I mean, we don't know how these fighters react to a loss. We only know once it happens how they come back. That's what makes a great champion. If you get beat and you come back and you rise back to that mountaintop, that's what defines you as a great champion. We saw it with Muhammad Ali. We saw it with Sugar Ray Leonard. That's what defines them as great champions because they took a loss and they got right back on it and got right back to the mountaintop.
Right. I say that the biggest difference, and a lot of people don't, and I gotta just bring this up to clean the history up. Muhammad Ali didn't train for the Joe Frazier fight. He had been out the ring 3 years. So I mean, he lost that fight. I honestly don't hold that fight against him that much because he was out of the ring for other reasons. But Sugar Shakur, I'm telling you, I don't think y'all realize this guy is a narcissist, man. This guy got one of the biggest egos in boxing. He told an undisputed champion that he won 50-50. That's what he told the undisputed champion. He has done
No,
none of the weight
did.
class.
No,
He
he
told
did
the
not. No, he
undisputed
did
champion
not.
he wants 50-50.
No, he did
What did he
not.
tell him?
No, he did not.
What did he tell him?
He said, I'm a petition to the WBC, and they're going to say what I get. He never said 50-50. 50-50 never came out of his mouth.
He
Never
ducked
happened.
him. He ducked him. I ain't gonna lie. I
I mean,
like Shakur.
y'all can call it a duck or whatever,
I
but
like
I'm just saying.
Shakur, but I like Shakur,
50-50
but
never
he
came out of his
ducked him.
mouth.
That was a
I mean,
duck because Devin
y'all
Haney.
can call it a duck. I call it a publicity stunt
No, I call it
on
a
both
duck.
sides. I call it a
Devin,
publicity stunt on both sides because I heard what Bill Haney said and I heard what Shakur said. And both of them, the key thing that they both said was they was going to fight later down the line. They was never going to fight at 135. That's what both of them had said. So I call it a publicity stunt. They building the fight for the future. That's what I see. I see them building the fight for the future.
look, you gotta understand.
I mean,
Devin Haney, I think Devin Haney took like 20, 25, 30% to fight Kambosos twice. You know what I'm saying? So if he could do it, why the fuck you can't do it for fucking 4 belts and then you become the man of the division?
But the thing is,
everybody got to come through you now. But
the thing is, what that man is willing to do doesn't mean that man has to do it.
You're right, but don't say that you want to be undisputed. Don't out here tell everybody you want to be undisputed. Then you got a chance for an undisputed fight.
But
and you
listen,
turn it
listen
down.
what I'm saying though. But listen what I'm saying though. When Devin Haney took that deal, everybody in the world was sitting there saying, "Oh, he took a slave deal." So why was it okay for Devin Haney? I mean, why was it not okay for Devin Haney to take a slave deal, but it's okay for Shakur to take that same slave deal?
Because Devin Haney did it twice.
He took the deal. He
did.
Devin
Haney took, but everybody was crying that it was a slave deal. That was a fucked up deal. He shouldn't have had it. He shouldn't have to take that. That's what everybody was crying about.
Now
so
he,
can I ask you a question?
If you cried about it, why is it okay for somebody else to get it now?
Because
let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question. Well, let me ask for you this question real quick, Green. Let me ask him this question. So, did we not see Teofimo Lopez fight Josh Taylor for $1 million?
Teofimo only made $2 million. That's the most he ever made. $2 million. It was the most he ever made.
He made $1 million.
So $1 million. The $1 million ain't a big difference. He only made $2 million. That was the most he ever made. Was 2.
But this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you got guys out there like Devin Haney.
I told you. He brings Theo up. He brings Theo up.
Oh, here we go. It's a very similar situation.
I told you.
It's a similar situation. It's a similar situation, man.
No, it's not. It's nowhere near similar. There's no way. The only thing that's similar, I'm gonna tell you what was similar. T.O. said, "I'm not taking what Bob offered. We're gonna take this bitch to purse bid." That's what T.O. said. We're gonna take this bitch to purse bid. He wasn't. So basically, T.O. wasn't trying to get
so you accusing a 2-time lineal champion of conspiring with another fighter to get more money. That's not a big deal. They do that all the time.
I'm not accusing anything. I'm telling you that's what happened. And he wasn't a 2-time lineal champion when it happened.
My brother Jake Gibson said Devin beat Sugar. Shakur Sanchez. Tank beats both. Hey, Jay Gibson, you said it right there. That should be his name, Sugar Shakur Sanchez. I feel that. At the end of the day, man, I want to see the brother win. I know people gonna give me a lot of flack for this. Don't send the what is they called? The alphabet mob, the BLM, and all them against me. All I can tell you is this, bro. I want to see my man Frank Martin going there and flattening and show everybody that this dude is the same dude that was in the Olympics crying like a newborn because he lost.
He was missing.
Hey, can I ask you a question, BBO? Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
Why you don't show the
What's
video
that, my
when
brother?
Floyd was crying? Why you don't show the video when Floyd was crying when he lost?
And Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson.
Why you don't show the video when they
lost? At the end of the day, I could put that video up, but I try to, unlike you, I try to protect my brothers, man. I don't put that kind of stuff up with them. But what I will do is snatch your chain, man, because you talking too crazy, bro. That's what I will do. I will snatch your chain, my brother.
I now know that BBO is a Shakur Stevenson hater.
To be honest with you, I like
Oh my God.
Shakur, but don't like. I'm starting not to like the nigga because he with Terrence Crawford and shit now. But
Yeah,
I do like him though.
He doing the same thing that Terrence do. That's why I say he's moving like Terrence. BBO said he was moving like Floyd. He's not moving like Floyd. He's moving like Terrence. That's how Terrence moved before he fought Earl Spence. That's how he was moving. And I mean, it's only right for Shakur to move like that because that's who we look up to. That's who he's under.
Bro, do you know how much flack that nigga Crawford still taking for moving like that?
Hey, some people don't care. Some people don't care.
Man.
We see Tank Davis moving like Floyd, and he don't care about the flag that he takes.
Tank different.
Tank, but he don't care neither.
Tank.
Why is Tank
do
different?
what he want to do.
Because he got braids?
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Bro, what are you talking about, bro? Like,
how can he do what he want to do?
Because
how can he do what he want to do? How? Making no sense.
Tank Davis is the most. Excuse me. Tank Davis is the most exciting boxer right now.
I would never say no fighter can move the way they want to move. Now, I understand if you come out and
that's a fanboy. That's a fanboy take. That's a fanboy take.
If you come out and tell people what you're going to do, I respect that. But I'm not going to sit here and just say, okay, yeah, he can do what he want to do. That's like people saying that Canelo can move the way he want to move. No, he can't. You're a champion. You can't move however you want to move. You got a standard to uphold as a champion. The champion is supposed to fight the mandatories, and you're supposed to move like a champion.
AD free. Well, why would he change it up if I'm making 3 to 4 times more than my peers?
I didn't say he had to change it up.
No. I'm just saying, why would I change my formula if I'm making 3 to 4 times the amount of money that my peers are making?
What I will say is, if he go in here and he fight Pitbull Cruz,
that makes no sense.
If he go in here and he fight Pitbull Cruz and he don't do close to 700,000 pay-per-views,
I'm not buying that pay-per-view. I like. Look,
I'm just saying, if he goes in and fight Pitbull Cruz and he don't do close to 700,000 pay-per-views after you just did 1.2 and you don't do close to 7, he gonna move different. He gonna move different.
He's not gonna do no 7 with Cruz, bro.
I wouldn't say he's not. I wouldn't say. I'm telling you those Mexicans. The Mexicans love Pitbull.
He probably do about 350. Oh shit.
I'm telling you, the Mexicans love Pitbull. I'm just trying to tell you, the motherfuckers when they announce Pitbull's name, the motherfucking Mexicans be erupting in the arena.
Hey,
they be erupting.
Yeah,
that nigga,
they be going crazy.
Bro, that nigga really is little. How tall is he, bro? He was standing right
5'3". He's 5'3".
He was standing right next to me, bro. I was looking down at this nigga like he was my daughter. I was like, bro, what the fuck is you doing down there,
you
boy?
5'6". You 5'6", man. What are you
talking?
Nigga,
5'8". Nigga, put some respect on my name.
Pitbull is 5'3".
5'6".
Yeah, Pitbull 5'3".
You 5'6" and Nike boots.
Nigga, my daughter is taller than that nigga, bro. That shit crazy. Like that.
I'm just saying, I understand why Tank moved. I just told BBO, I understand why Tank moved the way he moves because he came from nothing. So he's making millions. He don't need to fight the champion. He's like, no, I don't need the fucking belts. I'm making the money without fighting for the belts. Like a lot of people go fight for the belt to get those big paydays. Tank is getting those big paydays without fighting for a belt. So he's like, I don't need to fight for a belt. I'm getting the big payday anyway. I'm the money man. I don't need to fight for the belts.
I think Tank the only nigga that ever do that shit.
Hey. No. Excuse me. What Tank is doing, and Marky Dan can attest to this. He moving like a coward, man. He not fighting the best. He's just doing whatever he wants, man. And at the end of the day, history will not be kind to Tank Davis because he fought. And don't get me wrong, Ryan Garcia is a terrific young fighter. But Ryan Garcia, no one will mistake him for an all-time great or even a great contender. Ryan Garcia is just a very popular guy. No more different than like a Chico Corrales. He's just very popular. At the end of the day, I think what Tank Davis has to do if he wants to be remembered, if he wants to be great, he cannot leave boxing without fighting Sugar Shakur. It might change. But listen, let me finish.
All you gotta do look at his
Let me
highlight
finish.
reel.
Let me
He ain't
finish.
gonna never be
I
forgotten.
know
Did you see the
damn
Leo
well.
Santa Cruz
Let,
knockout? That's one
let
of
me
the
finish.
greatest
Let me
knockouts
finish.
of
Let me
all
finish.
time.
Let me finish. I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because knockouts don't always age well. When you look at the guys that Mike Tyson was knocking out, people now look at Mike Tyson and say, you know what, Mike Tyson was good, but he wasn't great, because when he got into his fights that really matter, his legacy fights, to kind of piggyback on what D Free said, he hasn't had any. He's not fought anybody of note. The best guy he fought is Leo Santa Cruz, who was a 4 division champion, I believe, which I don't take that away from him. But this is not somebody who you will mistake as for ATG, an all time great. What I'm saying is this: that Tank Davis cannot leave boxing if he doesn't fight Devin the Dream Haney, Sugar Shakur Sanchez. If he doesn't fight any of those two guys, he cannot leave the division. He cannot
Like
leave boxing.
I
Go ahead.
said, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to fight Devin Haney, because Devin Haney's at 140, and then Devin Haney might go to 147. I don't know if he's ever going to fight Devin Haney unless they fight at a catchweight. I don't know if he's ever going to fight Devin Haney. Now Shakur, he can fight Shakur because they're in the same division right now. That should be the next fight that he's trying to get after he has the fight that he has, and after the fight that Shakur has with Frank. He should be trying to get that fight with Shakur next. But did I hear you just say Ryan Garcia and Chico Corrales in the same sentence?
I'm talking about popularity. Simply, I'm talking about
Oh, I'm
popularity.
about to say, because Ryan Garcia ain't nowhere near the level of Chico.
I know you want to take a chance to throw stones at Ryan. All I said was popularity. Chico Corrales was very, very popular. Very popular. You know that. He was a terrific, popular fighter. But what I'm saying is this. This is the thing I'm saying. When you talk about a guy like a Tank Davis, he will not have a legacy, because what he's doing. See, I get why Floyd did it, but Floyd gave. So if Floyd wouldn't have did what he did at 147, it would have been okay, because Floyd gave us everything as Pretty Boy. So when he was angry and renamed himself Money Mayweather, it was okay. He felt like boxing slighted him. Boxing has done nothing to Tank Davis. Boxing has done nothing to Tank Davis, but Tank Davis still moves. Selfish. He don't care about the fans.
Pretty Boy. Who did he beat when he was Pretty Boy?
Attila Gotti. Attila Gotti was tough. You know that. Attila Gotti was real tough. Was it
he fought
Castillo?
Chico.
Did he fight Castillo? That's Pretty Boy. Yeah, he fought Corrales. So he fought Corrales and Gotti. So he fought a couple good guys. You could probably say he's one of the best lightweights. I mean, I'll put it like this: I don't think Floyd would have beat a Roberto Duran or Pernell Whitaker at 135, but I definitely think, other than those two, I don't think as many guys that can see him at that weight. I really don't. All time.
He fought Chico and he fought Attila Gotti.
And didn't he fight Castillo? Those two fights that he lost, that they said he won. Was it Castillo or Castellano? What was his name there?
You talking about Madonna?
Oh, that was at 47. Okay, my mistake.
That was Madonna. Madonna, he fought.
No, I'm talking about. It starts with a C. Castellino. Marky, what's that? Oh, shit, Marky just went off. I can't think. I can't think of his name. Castillo. Is that his name? Castillo.
Yeah.
I can't remember the first name. I think it's Castillo.
Yeah,
he said Tank made Hector Garcia go blind after a punch.
That first fight, I think
Floyd lost that.
Floyd lost that hole. I think Floyd
so
lost.
So basically, what you're telling me is,
yeah, Floyd lost. It wasn't no you.
Basically, what you're telling me is, Floyd only had 2 fights as Pretty Boy.
3.
Okay, he had 3 fights.
3 fights.
Well,
3 opponents. 3 opponents.
He had 3 solid opponents as Pretty Boy. Yeah, 3 solid opponents.
3 solid opponents. Yeah, he had 3 solid opponents. Hey, Marky, what was that guy that fought Floyd twice?
Jose Castillo.
I don't know what's going on. He must got an Obama phone.
Jose Castillo.
Was it Castillo, Marky Dan, that Floyd fought twice? Yeah, Jose Castillo.
I know
it was Castillo and Maidana.
Oh, yeah, Jose Castillo. You're right. Is it Castellano or Castillo?
Castillo.
It's Castillo.
I think.
And Maidana. You fought Maidana twice too.
Yeah, he fought Madonna, but he
No,
fought
I'm talking
Madonna
about the dude that he fought as Pretty Boy.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
Jose
Pretty Boy.
Luis
Was it
Castillo.
So he had 3 solid
Castillo?
opponents.
Yep,
as
Castillo.
Pretty Boy.
Okay.
He had 3 solid opponents as Pretty Boy.
Yeah, he
So
did.
so
Yeah, he
Tank
had some
ain't-
rare.
Yeah, he
He
did.
fought at
No, I
130.
mean
He fought
he tried to fight a lot of people. He tried to fight a lot of people, but he only had
He
3
fought
solid opponents.
he fought Jannar Hernandez, Angel Manfredi, Corrales, Castillo, Philip Endo, that kid from Africa, Jesus Chavez.
Yeah, but
It was a lot of
wasn't really.
guys.
It was kind of unheralded though.
I give you Angel Manfredi.
Yeah, Angel Manfredi.
Yeah,
So it's 4.
Russell
So
and
we
those
up
are all
to 4
solid
now.
opponents, man.
So it's 4. 4 solid opponents.
But what I'm saying is, and what I'm trying to speak, what I'm speaking to Free on is the fact that he did that. He fought those guys, and I'm telling you, Sugar Shakur hasn't done that. Devin Haney honestly let himself off the hook by offering him a contract, and Shakur said, "I'm scared. I don't want to fight you." So I mean, it's kind of tough, man. That's why I understand. How do you have an ego like that, but you don't fight the best?
Y'all can say that. Y'all can say that all you want, but y'all talking like these guys' careers are over. They only 26 and 28 and 24. Their career's not over.
They fight once a year, Free. What are you talking about? They fight once a year. What are you talking about?
Tank about to fight 3 times. Tank about to fight 3 times. What are you talking about?
Tank the only one that fights like that.
Okay, but
Tank's the only one that fight like that.
But what I'm saying is,
rumor
their
report.
career's not over.
Hey,
Their career's not over.
rumor report. I heard that Tank supposed to be fighting Gary Russell in Baltimore this year.
You're not fighting Gary Russell.
Which Gary?
They talking about Mr. Gary. You talking about Mr. Gary? He's not fighting Gary. They put that up there.
Okay, if it was
possible
Antoine, I'd fuck with him.
No, they put that up there as a possible.
Antoine out bad. Hold on, which one is Antoine? Is that the one at 140?
Antoine's 140.
Oh no, not him. I thought you were talking about the other one.
They talking about Mr. Gary. They talking about Mr. Gary, the one that's at 126.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
moving up
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah, but no, that was
Tank
a
do
that was
that,
a,
that's a real
They're not
cherry
gonna-
pick
we-
right there, man. I can't
They
fuck
only,
with that.
they only said that. They only said that because
Have you
Mr.
fought Gary
did
Russell?
Mr. Gary did an interview and he said he will fight Tank Davis now. He said my shoulder is only 80%. He said, but if they make the fight, I'll fight him. I'll fight him. So that's why they said that. But Mr. Gary's not fighting Tank Davis.
Man, I've been
How was he?
waiting for him.
34, 35?
At
I've been
35.
waiting, bro. I've been waiting for Gary Russell to fight somebody for years. I've been waiting for him to get a ring because he be talking.
I don't know. I hate to hear him fight MJ or another. And you know what's so?
Hey, Shakur.
You know what's so funny, man? I would love to see Mr. Gary Russell, man, versus Shakur and Tank both ducked him.
Shakur ducked him.
I would love to see. I would love to see him against Brandon Figueroa. I would love to see him and Brandon Figueroa get it on.
Nah,
I think Brandon Figueroa might stop it.
What about what?
Yeah,
about,
I just think that's too much pressure for Gary.
No, Gary will stop Brandon. Gary will stop Brandon.
What about Osaki Foster? Y'all don't think that'd be a good one?
At 35?
Oh, Shaki and Gary? Nah, I don't like the styles.
31.
You said what?
I would love to see Robisi and Gary. That's what I want to see. I think Robisi
I
would
said
beat
I
Gary.
don't like the styles of Gary and Oshaki. I don't think that makes a great fight. 2 counter punches like that.
Yeah,
What about him and Robisi, man? What you think about that?
Robisi ain't experienced enough to beat Gary. He's not.
So is he still at 126? Gary
Robisi. Well, Gary said when he come back, he's coming back either 130 or 135. He said he's not coming back at 126.
It really ain't no smoke at 130, to be honest with you.
The only real smoke at 130 is Oshaki. That's the only real smoke at 130. Oshaki's the only real smoke at 130.
I'm saying he might as well just go ahead and skip that shit, go to 35.
I mean, you got Navarrete too.
To be honest with you, I'm not gonna be interested in nothing he do at
Navarrete's good.
130. I mean,
Navarrete. I think he might be too old to fight Gary right at this point. He might be too old. He might be too old to fight Gary.
Just beat Oscar pillar the post.
Look, Oscar Valdez
And
that
we
don't
and
move
we
his
not
head.
gonna sit up here and act like Gary is the most active guy or like he hasn't been through a
No,
ton of
you're not.
injuries.
You're not
At least
listening. You're not listening on Trey.
Navarrete been active recently. D Free.
No, I'm not talking about being active. I'm talking about far as the style of fighting, the two different styles. Gary is a mover. Navarrete, he comes straight forward. He throw a lot of punches, but he comes straight forward. He just comes straight forward. He don't move, and he beat up Oscar Valdez because Oscar Valdez don't move neither. He comes straight forward. He just stand there and get hit. So it was an easy punching bag for Navarrete. Or somebody that don't move their head and come straight forward. You're going to get beat up like a heavy bag.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah,
I'd say
if you
I'd
just
say
break it
this
down
though.
to the styles, I can't. Yeah, go ahead.
No, we just saw
Go ahead.
We just saw Gray there with Mark Masayo with one arm.
No, I was
Mark
just going to
Masayo
say,
couldn't hit
if
him.
you break it down to the styles, I can see Gary taking advantage of Navarrete's sloppy footwork. Don't really throw accurate punches. Doesn't really move his head. But when you add in the factors of what Gary's been going through, man, a young dude, a young, strong dude like Navarrete, I just think he's going to crush him.
What are you talking about? Navarrete's not young.
He's
How old is
like
Navarrete?
33 or 34.
He's like 30, 34, 35.
I mean,
he's
shit, he's younger than Gary.
Talk about Marky.
And a lot.
Gary's only like 35, bro. Gary's only 35.
Navarrete is 28.
I think Gary just turned 35. He's either 34 or 35. I think he just turned 34 or 35.
How old is Navarrete? You said he's 30 what? 28?
28.
Look it up.
Navarrete's like
okay.
34,
Well, my bad.
30.
I thought he was. No, I take that back.
Now,
I'm thinking about Oscar Valdez. My mistake. Oscar Valdez is 33. My mistake. Not Navarrete.
Yeah, no, that's an old dude. I thought who was young.
Yeah. But hey, this the funny thing about boxing, man. It's crazy that now that Gary Russell's gone, you got Robeisy, you got Brendan Figueroa, all these guys at 126, and I think this could be his chance. He could probably get an Inoue fight. I don't know, man. I think Mr. Gary should come back, man. I think he should come back.
Anyway, he's not even at 126. He's at 122.
I know,
he on his way, man.
He's gonna move up. He's gonna move up, D Free.
Yeah,
Free, man. He's going.
122 is way too easy.
The thing, y'all act like I just told y'all. Gary already said when he comes back, he's either going to 30 or 35. He's not coming back to 26.
That's too big for him, man. Pause. That's too big for him.
How you figure that's too much for him?
He's like 5'3". That's why.
No, he's not. He's an inch shorter than
How tall is he?
He's an inch shorter than Tank. Pitbull Cruz is 5'3". He's at 135. What are you talking about?
Okay. I'm about to look his height up.
I'm telling you, he's 5'4".
Hey.
He's 5'4".
Okay. He's 5'4", what? 61-inch arms. 66, 64, 65-inch arms. That's not long enough.
5'3" at 135.
It's a different style of fighter, though. Pitbull Cruz is nowhere near as good as Gary.
You didn't say style. You said he's too small. You said he's 5'4".
I think his style is too small. He's too small to do that, to play that style at 135. He's just too small.
What, box?
He's not going to be.
That's the perfect style to play when you that small. Box. You know, come straight in. You small.
Dude, hey, the Gary Russell that dogged out JoJo Diaz. That's not the same Gary Russell that's getting in the ring, bro. I just want you to know that. That's not
JoJo
the same.
Diaz is
Gary Russell.
at 135, and Gary Russell beat JoJo Diaz. He's at 135.
But he's like, at one time, JoJo Diaz was like a miniature Tank at one time. He was like a miniature Tank when he beat. Oh, stop!
And at
it was like a miniature Tank.
JoJo Diaz is pretty much
he was like a miniature Oscar Valdez. That's what he was. He wasn't no miniature Tank. He's a miniature Oscar Valdez.
Hey, we about to Free,
I think
man.
JoJo only won one fight at 135 thus far.
Yeah, he beat Javier Fortuna.
Yeah, he beat
JoJo.
JoJo beat he beat Fortuna,
Javier
and then he
Fortuna.
lost.
That was like 2 or 3 years ago, BBO.
He beat Fortuna and he lost to Devin Haney.
Yeah, but the thing that really beat JoJo Diaz was that Four Loco. That's what beat him, man. that those 40 ounces and 64-ounce beers, man, is what really got him. But hey, Freak, we about to do this watch show, man. I'm trying to see if you want to do this watch show next. We about to end this live and do another watch show.
I stick around for a little while.
All right, but we're gonna end this show real quick, and then we're gonna do the watch show. It's your boy BBO.
Hold on. What is a watch show? What's that?
We're gonna watch the fight, and me, D Free, and Marky, and if you want, you can come up. We're gonna commentate on the fight that we're gonna see some fights.
What is it? What is on YouTube?
Watching some classic fights.
Don't pick no Oscar De La Hoya fight. Don't pick no T.O. fight. Pick a real fight, dog.
Nah.
Oh, so you
we gonna watch Oscar versus
old
Sweet Pea.
school slugfest. You ain't gotta worry about action, D Free.
I know BBO be trying to get all the Mexican fighters that he like. Let's watch this joint.
You already know. D
He want me to watch Pernell and Oscar again. Like I'm gonna change my mind that Pernell didn't win that fight.
Hey, again, Pernell was running. Bro. He was running, man. It just, you know what's funny?
Shit in that fight, though, BBO.
What are you talking about? He landed all the hardest punches, man. You know what it is? It's like the Loma versus Devin
did
fight.
Not land shit
Loma
in
laid
that fight, BBO.
all the wood. Watch the fight again. You didn't watch the fight, bro.
You're not gonna tell me 2 + 2 is 5, BBO. I know what I'm watching.
The nigga said he landed all the hard.
All you seen was the man run. What are you talking about?
If there's 4 hard punches in the fight and you land all 4 of them, that means you win. Because you landed all of the hardest punches. You landed 4 of them.
He was running. What are y'all talking? He ran from me.
I could have sworn he judged
he ran from me.
Round.
He ran from me.
The most hardest punches, round by round. That's how you judge the fight.
He ran from me, man. He ran from me. What are you talking about? He ran from me.
Real hard shots in that fight, BBO. But it's like Pernell, he was landing more jabs. That's really it. Like, it wasn't really that great of a fight to score.
And was running and styling.
You saw from Oscar. Oscar like this. That's all you saw from Oscar.
Exactly.
Oh, you ain't see De La Hoya punching on him? You ain't see De La Hoya punch. Only fight that De La Hoya lost and he
doing like the Matrix.
I saw De La Hoya throw punches. I ain't see him punching on him. I saw him throw punches. No, nobody punched on Pernell. What are you talking about? Nobody's ever punched on Pernell.
What are you talking about? Pernell wasn't undefeated. Pernell got beat up a bunch of times.
I didn't say he got robbed in his first fight too. Nobody punched on Pernell. I didn't say he was undefeated. I just said nobody punched on him.
Pernell was 5'6". Pernell was 5'6", so he was little, and Oscar's 5'10". So he reaching down trying to catch this little bitty guy who's faster than him. It was impossible. Pernell was only 5'6", man. Pernell was a super short guy.
Wait, hold on. So you just said he was chasing him, therefore he ain't land shit.
No, he did land.
He did land. Pernell won. Basically, what you telling me is Pernell won because
Pernell didn't win.
Land on punches.
You can't win from running. You can't win from running, bro. You can't win from running.
I seen a dude, and Marky Dan can vouch for what I'm about to say. I seen a dude win a round without throwing any punches. All defense.
Who did
Didn't
that?
throw no punch.
Who did that?
That was what the fuck is his name?
It was Willie Pep.
Yeah. Didn't throw no punches.
All
defense. He won the round.
You just compare Pernell Whitaker to Willie Pep. Are you nuts?
Are you nuts?
Are you nuts, bro? BBO, stop that, man. Come on.
But Willie Pep is one of the best ever, bro.
Pernell is one of the best ever.
One of the best ever. Where do you think Floyd got his style from? From Pernell.
Floyd stops him.
Floyd got his style from Pernell. He got the shell. He got his shell from his father, but he got the style from Pernell.
Oh yeah, I can. There's a lot of similarities to Pernell and Floyd. I say Floyd is.
A lot of people was training under Pernell. A lot of people.
I would say Pernell and Sugar Ray Leonard. You can see all over Floyd Mayweather's style. I definitely agree with that. Those guys, man. You can see all over his style, man. It's not even a question. Oh, we got the OG in the house. Sheldon, what's up, bro?
What you niggas doing, man?
More.
What you niggas doing, man?
Grandpa.
This nigga.
What you niggas doing, man?
This nigga BBO telling me that Pernell lost to Oscar De La Hoya.
He didn't. Well, the cards say it was a draw, I believe. But Pernell won that fight.
Say it again.
If you watch the fight.
Exactly.
The cards say it was a draw, I believe. But if you watch that fight, Pernell Whitaker won that fight and he won it easy.
Not according to BBO. BBO said Pernell was
he ran. What are you talking about? He ran.
All these hard punches.
That was master boxing, bro. When you see the man, look, he right in the pocket. He dipping low, dipping high, getting out of the way of shots. Right in the pocket. He ain't running nowhere. Oscar can touch him. The same way he got the draw with Chavez. Chavez couldn't touch him. Same thing. Couldn't touch him.
He won that fight too.
What's that guy? What's that guy that Chavez beat, man?
Mildred Taylor.
Big black dude, man. I can't think of his name. Mildred Taylor. Yeah. And you know what's funny? And you can almost say Mildred won that fight. Now I'll give you that. Mildred pretty much. I think Mildred won that fight. But Chavez and Oscar is the only dudes I really.
Well, he didn't win the fight because he got fucking stopped.
Up until the last round, he was winning.
He got stopped.
He got stopped.
But he got stopped.
He got stopped.
That's what I know what I'm saying. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying if he would have been smarter, he could have won that
if
fight.
He could have just lasted 2 more seconds, he would have won the fight. If he could have made it 2 more seconds, he would have won the fight.
That's on the corner, though. They told him to go out there.
If the referee would have gave him the benefit of the doubt, he would have won that fight.
He would have won the fight. Because there's no way Chavez could catch him because he had lost too many rounds.
Chavez lost like 8.
But I'll tell you this though. I want to ask you this because my brother Sheldon, the one that took a victory out of my hands, man, in a boxing series debate. So I want to ask you this, man. If you look at yeah, you stole that from me, man. You stole that from me. You know you did too. That's why you
just asked you a simple question. I just asked you a simple question, brother. That's all I asked. But anyway, go ahead.
I asked Marky Dan that question. Ask Marky Dan that question real quick and watch how you steal it. Ask Marky Dan that question if you remember.
What's good?
Oh, okay. My man said.
Yeah,
that,
Marky Dan is our historian. Go ahead.
Okay, so my man said, Marky Dan, that Thomas Hearns hadn't fought nobody before he fought Sugar Ray Leonard. That's what he said.
They don't know who Pepino Cuevas is, Shelton.
He obviously didn't because he showed it that day. He didn't know that Pepino Cuevas was a long reigning welterweight champion who had 12 title defenses. He didn't know that.
Knocked out.
Y'all gotta remember BBO is only 21 years old. Y'all gotta remember BBO.
Okay. D Free, my bad, bro.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
My bad, bro.
I'm 33, bro. He's 21 years old.
Okay, look. Here's the thing. You like Errol, right? BBO. You like Errol, right? You like Errol Spence, right? You're an Errol Spence fan, correct?
Yeah.
How many title defenses do Errol Spence have?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of nobody no more.
How many does he have?
I think he don't got 12. I'll tell you that. He don't got 12.
He ain't got 12.
He got 3 or 4.
He ain't got 12.
Because he's he don't. No, he ain't got 12. No. But this is the thing I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it was Terry Norris. You told me about. I forgot who Terry Norris was, and he said,
yeah, you forgot about Terry Norris being
and I think
on the fight card,
a 2-division world champion and a Hall of Famer. Yeah, you forgot about him too.
Huh?
A 2-division world champion and a Hall of Famer.
But I mean, we talk about. I had
at that time.
I had the debate in the grab. Smoke was coughing up blood.
At that point, when he fought Terry Norris, Sugar Ray was like 37, 36.
Yeah, he was old as fuck. I remember when they announced the fight, I was like, Ray, don't do it. I was like, Ray, don't do it.
A lot of people told Sugar Ray not to take that fight. A lot of people told him not to take that fight. He was too old.
But not only that, he had to come down to 154, which is even worse for old.
He was fighting at 160 because he had just fought Marvin Hagler at 160.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, let me
I
ask you.
think he moved.
let
I
me
think
ask
he
you a
had fought
question.
Donnie Lalonde up at 175 at that point. D3.
Oh yeah, yep, Danny Lalonde. Yep, that's right.
Yeah,
At
he had beat Donnie
175.
Lalonde. Yeah, he had beat Donnie Lalonde. They fought at like what 72,
That's
172.
right.
They fought a catchweight.
One, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was that light heavyweight though. It was that light heavyweight.
But let me ask y'all something. Man. When y'all talk about Sugar Ray Leonard, the fact that he was so inactive don't go against him at all. He was so. I don't think he got 50 fights.
He don't. He
was
got like
so
38,
inactive.
38 fights. But you got to
Nah,
think
but
about it.
you
He came off the
look at-
couch
yeah,
after
you
how many
gotta
years he was on the
look.
couch? 3 years, 3.5 years, 2 years off the couch,
5 years.
and he beat Marvin Hagler.
2 years off the count. He had eye surgery because he had a detached retina in his eye.
Right.
And he sat out for 2 years, and then he came back. He came back and fought Marvin Hagler and beat Marvin Hagler.
No, I think he was out for 3 years. Then he had a little bullshit comeback fight. Then he came back.
Yeah,
for
with the
Hagler after 2 years.
with the dude
Yeah, I
that
mean,
dropped him,
Yeah.
Howard, Kevin Howard or some shit was his name, right?
It wasn't really. It was just to get a little bit of the ring rust, but that fight was so one sided. He really ain't worked nothing off.
Right. And then you go up and fight the undisputed middleweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
And in
You
my
gotta
opinion,
think about it, yo. Hagler wasn't just any old type of puncher. People thought of him as
Yeah.
a destroyer, as a type of dude that you don't come out looking the same.
No.
but nobody else did except for Ray. And I really didn't think. I thought Hagler won the fight, but you know the card said something different.
Right, because Ray knew how to work the judges. He knew
Right.
you got to leave the last impression in their minds. And Ray he danced around the whole round, and then the last 20 seconds he throw a flurry, and that's what the judges seen. They saw
Right,
the flurry, and
right.
they gave it to Ray.
Right.
But that is true, D3. But my opinion, I thought Ray won at least 4 or 5 of the first 6 rounds.
Yeah,
He
he
took
did
a
because
heavy
what I will
early
say-
lead. So he
what I
so
will say
it was
is
real
that
close going into
that
the
was
last round, man.
that was the first fight I ever went to. My father took me. That was the first fight I ever went to in my life.
No shit. You went to that fight?
Yeah, I went to that fight. Because my father went to school with him. My father went to school with him. So he took me to that fight. And what I will say is, Marvin Hagler came out of there, pause. His head was swollen. That man's head was like 3 sizes bigger than what it was when he went in the ring. His head was swollen like shit. Sugar Ray was hitting him with some shit. But
Where was I at? When that fight happened, I was in where was I at? I was in Lebanon. I was in Lebanon when that fight happened. And they let us come out of the field and they set up a fucking tent and they let us watch the fight. And then we went right back out.
yeah, I was in the first grade when that fight happened. I was in the first grade. My father took me.
See, that's how fights was back in the day, BBO. Big fights. Big fights, they let you, the world was stopped for big fights back in the day.
Yeah, they put that shit on. They put that shit on the silver screen, so everybody can see that shit.
I think boxing today is a little different. The fact of you back then you had the superstars chasing everybody. Where now, pardon me, that's not the case. You don't got superstars doing that no more.
That
like you gotta remember, like Sugar Ray Leonard didn't have to fight Marvin. He didn't have to fight Marvin. He chose to fight Marvin. He was already set. His legacy was already set. And he came back, and then I think he hit him everywhere except for the bottom of his feet, man. He beat him up everywhere. There, man. Pause. He really gave Marvin the beat. I don't even know how Marvin thought he won.
Nah.
There's no way Marvin thought he won. There's no way.
You need to go back and turn the sound down and watch that fight, bro.
I seen that fight over 30 times.
You see all the flurries he was throwing?
He did it at the end of the round. Marvin Hagler was winning the round, and majority of the fight he was winning the round. But Sugar Ray would throw the flurries at the end of the round to leave the lasting impression on the judges.
Yeah, he kept letting his hands loose like it towards the end.
Yeah, but
and it was still, it was still the all 3 cards were still 115, 113.
Yeah, it was still close. It was still close. But
and don't forget this, D-Free. Marvin let Sugar Ray choose everything. Sugar Ray chose the ring size. He chose the glove size, and he chose 12 rounds instead of 15 rounds.
Instead of 15. And what did Marvin say? If I wouldn't have gave him 12 rounds, the B wouldn't have took the fight. He said it just like that.
If it was 15 rounds, Marvin would have beat him. He would have beat him. If it was 15 rounds, he would have beat him. But
that was an Errol Crawford type of fight where Errol talked himself out of being the whole A side. That's exactly what that was.
no, what happened was Sugar Ray. Let me tell you what happened. The reason Marvin acquiesced to everything because Sugar Ray took a flat fee of $12 million. Marvin Hagler got everything else. Marvin Hagler made like $20 million in that fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you
wow.
gotta remember, Sugar Ray Leonard was the superstar at that time.
Mhm.
Marvin Hagler wasn't the superstar. Sugar
He was
Ray
just
Leonard
like Crawford. He was the champ. He was the
Yeah.
best, but he wasn't a star.
Yeah.
Mm. And you know the funny thing about it when y'all talk about that, when I watched Sugar Ray Leonard, he just seemed like a straight Muhammad Ali clone. Maybe I'm wrong to think that, but he was on Muhammad Ali's nuts, man. Like he was straight up. He tried to talk like him.
He made his whole career trying to be like Muhammad Ali, and that's not a bad person to try to be like. That's not a bad motherfucker to try to be like. If you go copy
But
anybody,
Shelton,
that's the motherfucker you copy.
but Shelton, the one thing Sugar Ray made sure to do that Ali didn't do, and this made Sugar Ray a lot of money, he stayed away from politics. He didn't get
Yes.
into none of that shit.
Yeah, he was just like Michael Jordan. Don't say shit about shit.
And it paid them
It was
motherfuckers a
all,
lot
it
of
was
money.
all, it was all about, it was all about boxing with Sugar Ray. It was all about boxing. That was it. He didn't really talk about nothing else. It was always about boxing.
Right. Any shit that's happening in the world, Sugar Ray ain't had nothing to do with that. Just like Michael Jordan. Anything that's happening in the world, Michael Jordan ain't got shit to do with that. Like they told him, why you make your shoes so expensive that black kids can't afford to buy your shoes? He said, white kids buy shoes too.
Yeah, and that's why.
Didn't give a fuck.
Hey, but the funny thing about it is when you think about Sugar Ray Leonard, I just can't believe he did all he did, man, in just those few fights, man. That's crazy. You can't make that up, man. Like,
but you got to think about it.
50
Sugar
fights,
Ray
that's
Leonard.
crazy.
The difference with Sugar Ray Leonard was Sugar Ray Leonard fought everybody that we wanted him to fight, that we thought he should fight. He ain't fight no motherfucking you dangerous Ugas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't fight motherfuckers like that.
It's not a lot of fillers on Sugar Ray's resume. It's not a lot of bullshit guys or fucking Ugases like Shelton said.
Yeah. Ain't no motherfucking Danny Garcia's on Sugar Ray.
You know what's so funny? Ugas was getting beat up at 140. But so Danny ain't tough. He just wasn't tough at 147. He was tough though, man. He almost beat Keith Thurman. He lost by 1 point.
So I want you to go. I want you to get on your laptop right now. I want you to get on your laptop, and I want you to go to BoxRec, and I want you to show me where the almost column is.
Oh. Hey,
I almost did it.
Crazy.
I
Let me
came
show you
real
where the
close.
almost column is.
Yeah, I came real close. I damn near had it. That shit don't count. Either you win, you draw, or you lose. One of the three. And what did Danny do consistently? He fucking lost.
Was 147 too big for Danny Garcia?
No, Danny Garcia is a good fighter. He just too fucking slow.
147 too big for him?
No, he's a good fucking fighter because he's fighting at 160 now. It's not that it's too big for him. He's just too goddamn slow.
Yeah, it's like Danny's style was all wrong for the guys that he fought against because Danny is a counterpuncher. And so with a counterpuncher, you're waiting to throw a shot. But when you fighting somebody that's just outbox you, you're waiting to land a shot. But if that shot is never open, you just sitting there getting beat up because you're waiting on your shot. Danny didn't have the. I mean, he showed a little bit of something when he fought Jose Benavidez, but Jose Benavidez ain't no world beater. But he showed a little bit of he could box a little bit, but he was in there with somebody that didn't have footwork, had worse footwork than him.
Exactly. Exactly. See, now you can go back and look at the fight we just watched on the 29th of July, right?
Hey.
If you look at that 5th round, that 7th round where Errol got hit with that uppercut, Bud baited him in. Bud knew I'm going to take this shot, but I'm going to take a shot to give a shot. I'm willing to take this chance because I'm so comfortable in here right now. There's nothing this dude got for me that I can't handle. So go ahead and get your shot off. As soon as you get it off, I'm gonna come up with this uppercut. And when he opened up to throw that right hook, he hit him behind the head. He caught him right on the slap on the jaw with the right hook. Bam! And Bud just turned with it and threw the uppercut and caught it. Nobody saw it until the replay. And down he went because he baited him in. He wanted to throw that shot.
So let me ask you this: why did he look so comfortable in that fight? Like, what was the big difference? That's the part I didn't understand. How he was.
It's the same thing he's been telling you through the whole buildup. This guy is one-dimensional. I've seen this guy many times before. There's nothing this guy can bring that I ain't ready for. I've seen it. I fought guys like him before. He just ain't never fought nobody like me. But I fought him many times before.
You know, I think it's weird because it almost makes Errol look overrated. That's how bad a beating that was. So
everybody on this panel knows. Everybody on this panel knows I'm not a Spence fan. I'm a Crawford fan. But I can't let you sit here and say Errol's overrated. Errol's not overrated. Errol Spence is very good. It's just against this guy. All that shit that worked against the Ugases and the Dannys and the Mikeys, that shit don't work against this guy.
So basically, it's still tough for a black fighter or Mexican to be the black fighter. What you saying?
No, I'm saying is Crawford got too many skills for that guy. That doesn't mean that a Boots or somebody else can't beat Crawford, but this guy don't have enough to beat him.
I mean, that's what happens when you fight the top of the elites. You're gonna have a winner. You're gonna have a winner. And you're gonna have a loser. So I mean, it doesn't mean that one guy is just bad. He wasn't as good as the next guy. And I like I said before, I give Bud Crawford all his props. That's why when I hear people talk about Victor Conti and all that, I'm like, no, I'm not putting that on him. That man came in there, he won it fair and square.
Yeah, he did his thing.
He won that fair and square. Errol Spence didn't make no excuses. I'm not making no excuses. Now I saw what I saw, and that's my opinion. But if Earl ain't making no excuses, I'm not making no excuses for him.
Right, exactly. And here's the coolest part about it, BVO. You got action at him again. So
what's that?
If all this shit you saying, you was a weight drained and this, if all that's true, you got action at him again, and you get to gain 7 more pounds. So if you get your ass mollywopped again, what's gonna be your excuse now?
I'm telling you, man, I don't think none of those excuses are valid because it's just tough for a Mexican to beat a black slick fighter. I just don't understand how he can even beat him because I've only seen Errol fight another way when he fought Mikey Garcia, and that was like so long ago. I think that was just an aberration. I don't think that's really him.
Well, I tell you what,
the only thing.
I
don't see him being able to outbox. But he fought 2 lefties. You think about it, since he's been champion, he fought 2 lefties. So it's like he can't fight lefties. That must be the main thing.
Who fought is that? Who fought is that? See, that's what we was trying to tell y'all leading up to this fight, right? When a motherfucker come up from 135 through 140, smashing everything at 147, that means he's fought a multitude of styles. He's fought different fighters, different sizes, tall guys, short guys, fast guys, guys who could punch, guys who got footwork, guys who are physical. He did all that and beat all those guys. So that gives him experience. So when you run up into a guy who does one thing and he does it very well, but it's only one thing, you got the answer to that because you've seen it before and you beat it before. So Errol didn't bring that new. It's not like when you fight Errol Spence, you don't know what he's gonna do. You know what he's gonna do. He does the same thing in every fight. It's nothing different. And when you come up against a guy like Crawford, who can box going forward, going backward, he can box laterally, he got power in both hands, he can punch in between your punches, and he walks you into shots that you don't see coming because of his footwork, you got a problem. If you're a one-dimensional, flat-footed, come forward motherfucker who throw a bunch of punches, you got a problem. Because if you can't adjust to what he's doing, he got you. And Errol has never been in a position
Well, let me ask you
before
this.
Crawford where he had to make an adjustment. Errol's never had to make an adjustment in a fight, ever.
Well, let me ask you this. So that being said, why has he fought lefties? Because that seemed like the biggest issue is him fighting lefties. Because I just thought about it. He only fought like 2. Like why? And since he's been champion, was that on purpose?
Look at the world class level.
Basically,
look at the world class level at welterweight. How many lefties are there?
There's not a lot. It's only actually if you look at it at the time that Errol Spence was fighting, because Errol Spence he only fought 2 mandatories, which was Ocampo and Danny Garcia. Everybody else was a champion that he fought. So none of those guys. Ocampo was the last lefty that he fought. Nobody else was a lefty. All of the champions that he fought was not lefty. They was righties. They were orthodox.
And all those guys he fought was not on the level of Crawford. Nobody he had ever fought was on Crawford's level. Nobody.
So Crawford, that's special, huh?
Appears so.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I figured he was. I figured he was. I guess I fell into the hype of the whole Errol Spence thing, man. Because when you got somebody like Freddie Roach, who been around Eddie Futch, man, he knows what he was seeing. He kept calling him Floyd like, and I'm thinking like, no, he not Floyd like. But now I kind of see what y'all was saying. That and then the fact like y'all said,
you gotta listen to Roy Jones and James Toney and motherfucking Tarver and all these guys who was telling you, I've seen this dude make adjustments in the ring. I've seen him do it. I've never seen the other guy do that. That's why I'm picking this guy, because I've seen him adjust to whatever you throw at him.
Oh, BBO, just to go back to what you said earlier, Jamel is only a 50% knockout ratio. He only knocked out 50% of his opponents, and he had 39 fights.
Hey, D-Free, I want to ask you. Since you here, D-Free, I want to ask who you got in this fight, man. Who you actually got in this fight?
Which fight?
On the 30th.
Oh, Shakur and Frank.
No. I'm talking about Jamel and Canelo. Who you got in this fight?
If Jamel can come in there and do what he normally does and be a Bivol like, because they fight a similar style, I think Jamel will outbox Canelo. It's just a matter of, is the weight going to be a problem for Jamel, or is he going to feel right at home being at 168, because he walks around at like 175, 180. So is he going to be right at home, or is it going to be too much for him? Because I mean, let's be honest, Canelo is on a decline. We see him having a stamina problem. He got bad knees. He's on a decline. If you can withstand Canelo and make Canelo have to work the first 6 rounds, the last 6 rounds is smooth sailing.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Marky Dan, who you got?
I got Charlo in that fight. I just have a feeling that Charlo's jab, his footwork, it's gonna beat Canelo. I think if he could stay at long range, he can win this fight. But he's got to stay away from exchanges. Can't let Canelo get too close. If Canelo does get close, he's got to tie him up immediately. Yeah, I got Charlo by UD.
Yeah, I can see Charlo.
Who you got?
He got Canelo.
I got Jamel. No, I put like this. I got Jamel, and if it go past 8, I think it'll be Canelo's world. But I got Jamel under 8.
I don't think Jamel knocking
That's
Canelo
my only
out.
thing. If it go past 8, anything can happen. But
I don't see him knocking Canelo out. I see him winning on the
I don't know if you seen. what I've seen against John Ryder, if he give Jamel those same shots that he gave to that dude John Ryder, I think you can't give him those same shots that John Ryder had available to him. That left hook was there, the right hook, the uppercut. He loved that uppercut. Uppercut was there all night. And I'm telling you, from what I'm seeing, that's why Canelo doing a lot of this head movement training. He's trying to show people he hasn't lost a step, but the fact is he's got a lot of age and attrition and a lot of miles on that body. And I think I don't know if y'all noticed, but his knee has gotten worse. That knee has gotten way. It was bad before, Shelton, but it's effed up now. Like that knee is effed up. He might have to have a knee replacement because he was moving like a snail. I never seen Canelo move like that.
I mean,
never.
You know, it's bad when you got.
Who you got winning that show?
My heart goes with Jamel. I think if Jamel could make it past the first 6-7 rounds, he could pull it off. Because we know Canelo get tired. He got gas tank issues, but that power in the first 4, 5, 6 rounds is going to be there. He can't get caught. If he can make it past like round 6, round 7, he can outwork Canelo and outbox him because we've seen Canelo get outworked on many occasions. It's just you can't get caught by that dude because that dude is going to hit him harder than he's ever been hit by anybody. Canelo can swat.
I just wonder what happened to his knee because it's getting worse, freak.
Well, he probably had a knee injury way back in the day, and he just kept fighting through it. And more likely, right now, he probably bone on bone, or he ain't got no cartilage in that knee.
Yeah, it's the daggone, it's the side effects from all the juice he's been taking.
Could be that too. Could be that too. And it could just be, honestly, it could just be the 65 fights the motherfucker didn't have. The motherfucker got 65 fights, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fucking fights.
He got 62 fights, and Jamel got 31 fights. He literally got.
He got 62. What's his record? 62-2.
62-2.
That's 64 and 1 draw. That's 65 fights.
I'm sorry. It's 60.
Bro, I thought he got a draw.
He got 2 draws.
Yeah, he got 2. He got 2 draws. He got 60. He got 66 fights. 66.
That's a lot of training camps. That's a lot of fights.
You gotta remember when he fought Floyd, he already had 44 fights when he fought Floyd.
Right.
And that was back in 2015.
That's a lot of training camps, BBO. That's a lot of miles. That's a lot of fights. That's a lot of road work. That's a lot of everything.
I get what you're saying.
We starting the rewatch party?
Go ahead.
You say you wrapping the rewatch?
No, I'm saying we starting the rewatch party.
Oh yeah, my bad. You got
what you trying to rewatch?
What you
trying to rewatch?
I made a whole playlist of just crazy fights.
You gonna end this live and you gonna start up another one?
Yeah, send it to me so I can I gotta figure out how to send it up, how to put it up.
All right, I'm
gonna end this live and then I'm gonna do another one. We're gonna do that.
All right, I'm gonna come.
All right, send me the link, Marky, when y'all do it.
All right,
All right.
All right, it's your boy BBO. It's your boy D Free. This is the Roll with the Punches podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, and we go.